210 show. New scenery today. Obviously, a new guest today. We're actually shooting at the Alamo Beer Company in San Antonio, Texas. Our gracious host for today. We got a segment sponsored by Alamo Beer today, too. So, but our very, very special guest is Mr. Vinny Tovar.
Thank you, man. It's good to be here finally. Even though I was on the -1 episode, the test episode.
You were on the test episode.
The test episode of that. Just
what were we gonna call that? We were gonna call it like late night or after hours.
After hours,
yeah.
That was like a fucking 5-hour podcast. Can I
That
cuss?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, that was a long ass podcast.
That was. I think we had 4.5 hours of footage of bullshit.
Honestly,
it was good.
It was good bullshit, but it was just so like sidetracked shit.
Yeah.
After going, it was just like we went into like personal shit and just like
Everybody's
okay, maybe
talking about their
and I remember you in like everything, and then I was like on live on Instagram, and I was like, all right,
we had like 3 phones on
yeah,
live.
we had like 3 phones.
Everybody's talking about their girlfriends, and so let's get into it a little bit, man. Let's talk about Vinny Tovar as a child coming up. You had a big musical influence with your family,
right,
growing up, right? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about where Vinny Tovar became a musician as a young man, and seeing your dad and being in the music scene, not so much performing in the music scene, but around it.
Yeah, I was just kind of, it was, my dad never made it look like work. That was like, growing up.
Was he full-time musician then? Or he's always
I guess as a drummer, yeah. I mean, he would play about 2 to 3 times a week.
But he still had a full-time job.
Still had a full-time job.
Got it.
That he just retired from after.
Oh, that's right.
42 years. So he was doing a full-time job and then still, partying, fucking jamming, drumming all this time. I mean, he started out in the Tejano scene of Los Tovares, which is him and his brothers, my uncles. And I don't know, man. It was just, it didn't seem like it was, like some people were like, oh, that's so cool. And I was like, yeah, it is. But it was just like, it just seemed like what our family did. Like, because they would play, Friday, Saturday, and then come Sunday afternoon, we would go meet at my abuela's, like their mom's house. And, my dad had I think 8 or 9 brothers and sisters. So that our family is huge of just musicians. So we would just all go hang out and just jam.
And so the Tovares was a family band.
Yes. Yes. Right now it's the Tovar band, my Tio Pancho, Frank Tovar.
So it's still well and alive.
What?
The Tovares.
What do you mean?
Like the band is still rocking.
The band is still rocking out, yeah. It's my uncle that's the singer, still has everybody there. My dad retired from the band a couple years ago. And then me and him actually got in the country scene at the same time, but yeah, that's a whole other thing that he's been doing.
Story.
He's been doing with Jerry De Leon now for I'd say over a year now.
He's definitely known as one of the best drummers in San Antonio.
Yeah, man. I remember when I was younger, like in high school, maybe in middle school, we would go to the SA Current Awards, and they would hold them at like the other theaters around town, and he would win best drummer, or their band would win best country band, best Tejano band.
Nice.
They were just rocking, So yeah, growing up, man, I mean, I loved drums, but drums never seemed like a chore or like my dad made me do it. I always say, like when people ask me, I was just born with drumsticks in my hand because it was always there. My dad.
So but did he push you to do the drums?
Not that he didn't push me. It was just, my dad's a drummer. So, of course, he buys me a drum set just because,
it's his way of bonding with you.
Yes.
Got it.
So, I mean, I always had a drum set. I can remember not having a drum set.
At what age did you start playing drums?
Man, since I can remember.
Yeah.
I would just make like little beats.
What age would you say you were good at the drums?
Fucking 26.
About a week ago.
About a week ago. I think that I started gaining confidence to play. I never played live. I only played once live with Los Tovares when I was 12.
Oh, wow.
And I was like a skater kid, long hair and shit. And I had told my dad, I mean, I would always go to their shows and I would just sit and watch. And I always loved it. Like, that's still one of my favorite things to do is going to watch my family play. Because we still have a lot of other family members that play out there. So that's like my favorite thing to do. I love watching live music. So as a kid, that was just, oh shit, we're going to do this. Or I don't know where my dad was playing. And then we'll see like, oh, it's a crazy crowd at Market Square, and I'm just sitting behind the drums, just watching him and then I always wanted to play, but I never thought about maybe I should actually do it. It's just like, oh, it's cool to watch.
Yeah. Because it was normal. It was normal to be around that.
Yeah, man. It's normal. That was just watching dad or hanging out with dad. That was like our bonding thing.
Yeah.
Was music. And, I'd watch him play. And then I remember I asked him once, I was like, how come I haven't played with y'all or some shit like that?
How old were you then?
12.
And that's when they said, well, I'll let you go.
Yeah, he's like, you want to play? Like, you want to play a song? I was like, yeah. And he's like, all right, well, let's see if I can find like a good song that's not a crazy, something kind of basic. And I remember, I'll never forget, it was Las Miradas by Gary Hobbs.
Gary Hobbs.
And yeah, like solid Tejano gold.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, we started that, and I was kind of into not really into country music. I kind of listened to everything. I was in my skater phase, so
little emo.
Yeah, hella emo. I was into like A Day to Remember, Attack, like all these, pop punk. The emo scene stuff was what I was really in, and I had at the time the reason I wanted to do that because also it was my first ever little band I was forming too, and I never this band never did shows.
Like you had some buddies that you
yeah. So I had my homie. His name was Alfred. He's also another dude, long hair, skater dude, just like me.
In a garage.
We went
somewhere.
to we went to fucking Poe Middle School. That's where I went on the southeast side. And he played guitar, and he would. I would be in band, and when you're in band, you go and they teach you drums. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. But I already knew how to I already knew all that.
You were bored as fuck.
Yeah, so he was in there playing guitar, and he was like the same version of me, but on guitar. So everybody's learning the basic shit, and he's like shredding. So he would do like the fucking national anthem on the guitar, like ripping dope. And shit.
Yeah.
So we just bonded immediately. And I can't remember our band name. We would just cover like A Day to Remember, Avenged Sevenfold, Slipknot.
But y'all were just kind of having fun.
We were just jamming. Yeah, we never really did it. So at the
was
time,
anybody singing at the time? You are just
no,
jamming?
there was no singer.
Just
dude.
jamming.
Singing was a whole long decade later. Like singing was not a thing for me. And sometimes I would catch myself singing with songs. I'm like, hey, I don't know if I sound good or not.
Yeah,
because you're just hearing yourself.
Right.
So you don't know if it's bad.
Yeah, you got to
or
hear
good.
the playback.
Yeah. And I was always afraid of like, fuck, I'm gonna sing and be like, ew, shut up, stop. No, ew, no, dude, no. Like
but somebody would used to ask me, like, hey, who sings that?
Yeah, dude. Dude, my dad is the ultimate jokester. And he never did that like it wasn't like picking on me, but I remember I always say that shit to everybody. And I'm like, dude, that one of these days it's gonna come back
Someone's
to me.
gonna catch you with that.
Yeah. But yeah, so
funny.
at the time of me forming my first little band, I asked my dad to play, and I did that song, and that's a song I would always do. Be like, oh, Las Miradas.
So they would just bring you up on stage for that one song.
Yeah, they'd be like, my uncle would be like, my nephew's gonna come up real quick. Santos' son is gonna come play the drums real quick. Y'all make some whatever. It'd be like a little segment. Cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, I did that in middle school, and then I stopped playing for I didn't play in high school.
Really?
At all. I didn't do anything musical in high school.
Why? What happened then? Like you were just too cool for this shit.
I didn't
you weren't even in band?
No, I was in band 6th grade year, and then my teacher was like a little asshole because he's like, "Oh, you think you're a little fucking hothead because you know how to fucking play." But it's like, yeah, it's like teaching me the ABCs.
You were Nick Cannon.
Yeah, yeah, literally, like it was that kind of thing, like in drumline, and I didn't like it. I was getting so bored that every day I'd show up. He's like, "You don't know how to read music," and I'm like, "I bet you I can play better than all these guys that are gonna do it." And they're reading.
Can you read music today?
No. Fuck no.
I love it. I love it.
But I can play still. Yeah. So I didn't like it. And then he was just always on my ass. And this guy actually taught like my sisters. My sisters are a lot older than me. So like my oldest sister, she was like in high school when I was born.
Oh, wow.
And then my other sister, Jackie, she's
so he was expecting you to come in and be like, oh, another Tovar.
Yeah. Like he knows the family, you know me. But he was just like, oh, you're little drummer.
With your bangs
all my fucking bangs in my face. And I'm like, shut up, sir. Like, no, I was never rude.
Check out this solo.
I was never one of those kids being rude to a teacher, but he was like an asshole to me. And like, I remember one time he said something like that. Like, you're just like, you think you know it all. Yeah. And I'm like, because I do. Like what? Like don't try to tell me. Yeah, I know that. So I was like, you know what? Band's not for me. So then I was gonna try sports.
So then with that though, like, why did you completely stop though? Was that so much of a turn off that you're like, man, fuck music?
It was never fuck music, but it was just like, I always wanted to be a drummer. When people asked me when I was a kid, what did you want to be?
But did you want to be a drummer because your dad?
I think so, but I think I find my own love for drums. It's not because like, oh, this is what my dad does.
Yeah.
It's
And
more
it-
or less where
yeah.
it's like, this is my safe space. I feel like myself in this.
So I guess I'm just at a loss. Like, why did you stop?
I don't know, man. I wanted to do, honestly, when I went in high school, I became a full-time like athlete.
I get that.
I wanted to play
get that.
baseball,
Yeah.
and I dedicated my entire life to baseball. And I would kind of sing. Honestly, this is when I started kind of singing. And I forget about it because I didn't start singing till later on in life. But I remember like my
You
friends.
used to sing to your friends in the locker room.
Yeah, dude, come here, dude. No, put up your towel. Come listen.
Here, come here. I just learned this Usher song.
I just learned this Usher song, dude. So I would have like bonfires at my house.
Okay.
In
Wait,
high school.
on the southeast side of San Antonio,
Yeah,
a bonfire,
yeah.
bro. That's what.
They thought the house was on fire.
Yeah, obviously, I was gonna say, fucking.
Yeah, it was
that's
dumb,
like a
but
beat
I was
coming
trying
out.
to, I went into this phase, like not this phase, but I went out of my emo phase, went into like a swag phase.
Okay, uh-huh.
Right? It was just
A little hood
had
phase.
sneaker game. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I had the whole hood thing,
I feel
and
like
then
everybody goes through that shit.
yeah, it's going through high school and shit.
Yeah.
But right when I got to high school was the first time I saw guys my age wearing like boots and shit, and I was like, dude, those guys are fucking cool. Like
Yeah.
that's cool. Like I
like
love
that style,
I love
yeah.
country music too. They
Yeah.
would talk about like, dude, when I was in high school, it was like, oh, Luke Bryan and Jason Aldean.
I'm
know?
old as fuck, bro. So like when you were in high school, I was already like late 20s. So like, I mean,
Yeah.
I get you. I get
yeah,
you.
yeah. So that we just went on the radio. So
So it's still, you're still talking mainstream country though.
yeah, I see it. Like the thing is, like I was just so broad on music. It wasn't really like I knew the subgenre or understood the difference. It was just that's rap,
music.
that's rock, that's like
This falls in the
Spanish.
country,
Yes,
yeah.
that falls in the country. So yeah, I started noticing that, and I went to like a full kind of country thing, and I would host these bonfires at my house.
And this was going in your freshman, sophomore year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So still pretty early in high school.
All the guys on the baseball team are country as fuck,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm like this
Pretty
fucking
standard.
swag guy. I'm just
The
like a
guy with the
swaggy
gold
dude.
chain.
dude.
Were you a pitcher?
So back then it was the good wood. It was the wood chains.
Oh.
I don't know if you remember those. So I had a long one, like Big Sean used to wear them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I
What,
had
what position did you play?
in baseball.
Yeah.
I was the bench. Honestly, honestly, dude, I would
No.
dedicate my fucking life to
But
baseball.
you look good though.
I
You
did,
look good
bro.
on the bench.
I was the best looking dude out there. Had the best eye black. I had the fresh Oakleys, dude. I was the guy.
But you didn't
No, fuck no. My time. The thing was that I was so dedicated. All my friends were on varsity.
Damn.
So I was when I came in. That's who I made friends with. Was like the varsity baseball team. But there was never a freshman team, so it was just JV and varsity.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at the time,
Where did you go to high school?
Brackenridge.
Got it.
Yeah. So.
There just wasn't enough players.
I guess, but also the other districts didn't have that many.
Oh.
They're like the same size as
What
Brack.
was it? What was it? A 4A? Brack was 4, wasn't it?
I think so. There's all SAISD schools.
Oh, okay, okay.
So all the hood schools.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Basically.
I feel you.
Yeah. So all the
We
hood
played all
schools.
those schools. Come on, Pleasant City.
Dude, I remember when we played those little small towns, dude. Y'all got those corn-fed guys
Corn-fed
that just
boy,
like,
yeah.
dude, our little pitcher just rocked out
Bro.
we've never seen somebody hit out the park before. And we go to these small towns. I'm talking like Poteet. I remember
Yeah.
Poteet would kick our ass.
Bro. I'm
Lavergne would
lucky
kick
to
her
be
ass.
a big Mexican. Like, Mexicans are, majority of them are pretty small. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'm lucky
Yeah.
to be one of the big ones because I went to Pleasanton and I could hang with these guys. But you're right, bro. They got some monsters.
Those
out
guys
there.
are huge, dude.
Monsters.
We look like middle schoolers in
Yeah.
front of like,
They're like, is that the beat team
yeah,
from 7th grade?
yeah, dude. So yeah, like I was dedicating my life to it though. In
Yeah?
high school, like I was all about it,
Good.
and I was like, not country music, but just music. My family never said don't do it, but they said don't do it for the money because there's not a lot of money in it. That's what they were imposing to it. But this is coming from my dad, who this is his hobby. Even though he does it full time, it's his hobby because he has this real job for that reason. So it was just like,
Let me ask you this though. With that, I don't know if I agree with the whole. And like, obviously, this is something your parents told you. Like, there's not enough money in it, right?
Yeah.
And maybe growing up, then I can understand that.
Yeah.
I'm a little too far from the mic. Understand that because I guess the entryway into like a record deal or something, or to put your
Yeah.
music out there was a lot harder then.
Yeah, it's all of it's still pretty hard.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say
Yeah.
it's not hard.
Yeah.
But for a band back in the day to promote themselves
Oh yeah.
is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's definitely
Yeah.
very hard to get found and to make your music make it. But for those guys, they didn't have TikTok. They didn't have Instagram Reels. You know what I'm saying?
It's I don't know.
You think that's where it was coming from?
Yeah, I just think just because you can like, this is my mom. My angel mom is like, no, you don't want to be at the bars all night. You don't want to be doing that.
Right.
And my dad was like, nah, you don't have to do it. Like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, don't give up on it. Don't ever like not know how to do it.
So this was when you were in high school.
Yes.
And so, okay, but they're talking about music.
Yes. So,
Okay.
but I also,
But you're not playing music.
No, but I'm not even into it like that.
Yeah.
There's not even like, I've been doing this
Yeah.
and I'm going to do it, or it's none of that.
But I guess maybe because your whole family's doing it, they kind of feel like maybe, okay, he's gonna eventually do this.
Yeah.
Let's
So
just try to
it's just
steer him in
kind of
the
like,
direction.
oh, he's like the new generation of this family with a couple other, my other cousins. There wasn't, it felt like at once there was a lot of us, but then I look back on it and there's a very handful of us that are like actually doing music now compared to like, oh, everybody's dad was in the band.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
everybody
no, I
kind
get
of
that.
knew something. Everybody
get that.
knew.
Yeah.
Everybody in our family knew how to play, but
But
nobody.
that kind of fizzled out.
Yeah. So it fizzled out for me. I mean, high school and shit, I was just dedicated to baseball and I liked it. And then come my junior year, I was like, dude, I'm still on the fucking bench. Like, I'm going to waste all the, like, I don't even want to play senior year because it's not, now it's a handout.
So, okay, let me ask you this. Whenever you were giving it your all, like, what was your intention then? Like, you wanted, college ball, I'm assuming? Is that what you want? Like, what was your purpose of going all in baseball?
I just think that I had such a good time with the guys I was with. I knew I wasn't going to do that shit. I mean, you have the idea when you're like, yeah, I'm going to join baseball, dude, and I'll play in college.
Yeah, yeah.
But then
I'll
you
be
look
the
at
best
logistics,
motherfucker
dude.
out
I was
here.
a dumbass kid. Like, first off, you got to be a smart kid to get into these things. And if you're not kicking ass, there's
Yeah.
not looking at this little.
Right. You're not getting
these
recruited.
schools from the hood. They're
You
not.
got to be a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. Shout out to Justin Gallegos. Justin Gallegos is that fucking guy.
Yeah, he is that guy.
That fucking guy. Well, that's not SAISD, but that's the that's the South
But he's
Side.
still a Southside school. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
So shout
Very
out,
true,
shout out
man.
to Justin, man.
Very
Justin's
true.
doing the fucking thing out there.
He is, bro. He is.
So especially as a pitcher, man, I had a weak ass
know,
arm,
right?
So
I never played baseball. That's the
Yeah.
only sport I've never played.
really,
Yeah.
that's the only sport I played. Didn't play anything else, but yeah, it kind of fizzled out through high school, and then
So let me ask you this then: when did did you even play your senior year?
no, I quit because I also didn't have any job experience, and I was like, well, I'm definitely like. My parents kind of had. We already talked like there's not like this big fund or anything for you to go to college.
Wasn't an option.
It's just like try to get a scholarship, and then a lot of friends and family had been going to like the community college, and like me, I wasn't really like hoping to go to those things. I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do after high school.
Yeah.
I really didn't, and then I quit baseball, and then I ended up getting in a
Going into your senior
relationship.
year.
Yeah, I ended up getting a relationship, and then the girl I was with was the one who was like, well, why don't you just go to college? Like, just take a class here or there. And that's
Go
what
to
I was
community
doing.
college.
Yeah. And at first it was TV broadcasting. No,
Really?
radio broadcasting.
Cool.
Radio broadcasting. And then I was looking at like actual, like, oh, this would be cool to make money. And then I was like, if I'm really trying to plan shit out, I was like, man, I don't even listen to the radio now. Like, you know what I mean?
What makes you want to do this?
Yeah,
shit?
why would I want to do this? And I don't even listen to it.
Yeah.
Like, who's going to listen to me?
Yeah.
So I kind of faded out of that and started going more towards communications. So
Okay.
I was going to school,
And what was your intent with that? Like, what did you picture yourself doing with the communications degree?
just doing like public relations. That's what kind of boring ass fucking, ideally it sounds cool.
Yeah, yeah.
But everybody needs PR.
Public
So,
relations.
Yeah, it sounded cool. So
Everything
man,
sounds cool
I-
when you're 18
I-
going to college.
Yeah, dude. So this is like, I changed that by the time I was like, because I would take like 2 classes a semester. I was taking my fucking time
Okay, this is after you graduated.
after I graduated.
And
So
you-
I was
what,
working.
So what are you doing on your free time?
I was fucking just. Oh, you know what I was? I was actually working I was a hat shaper.
Oh, I saw a
That
picture.
was-
I think you posted. Somebody
Yeah,
posted a picture of you
yeah.
doing that shit.
So I'd been doing in high school, my senior year when I quit baseball. I was still like country as hell, or trying to be, whatever that means.
Right.
Whatever that means. I just dressed a lot like it, and that's the country thing about me. I was like, why don't I just go work at Cavender's? So I started working at Cavender's, and then the guy there, his name was Big Rube. He's a big
Big
dude who
Rube?
just big Rube, like Ruben.
Okay.
And he would shape all the hats. And I would see him, and like some other guys would shape hats, and they'd be like fucking taking
chuffa.
forever. Yeah. And I see him, dude. He had like the cleanest lines. I'm like, damn, that's like, how do you do that? So I was fascinated with it. And that was like my new fascination with hat
That's
shaping.
art. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got this tattoo. That's what I thought I was gonna do.
No shit.
That's why I have a cowboy hat tattoo. That's Vinny's Hats is still an Instagram page.
I
haven't posted
dude.
anything in a long time.
We need to up that.
Yeah.
We need to get back on Vinny's Hats.
That's my
I need to find that.
my retirement plan. I hope that all goes well in country music, but I don't know if my voice is gonna last forever.
Build Vinny's Hats now.
Vinny's Hats, yeah.
And so by the time you do
Oh,
retire,
yeah, it's there.
It's rocking and rolling.
So
I love that.
Yeah, so I was doing hat shaping. I learned from Big Rube. Cavender's was just it Cavender's, and then they opened up a Shepler's on the southeast side.
Really?
Shepler's, yeah, by City Base.
Oh,
where
okay,
Boot Barn
yeah,
is
yeah.
now.
Mm-hmm, yep.
So Shepler, I joined Shepler's right as they merged with Boot Barn. So it switched, and then I was at Boot Barn for like 3 years.
No shit. Damn.
Yeah.
So all the way until you're like 21-ish, 22-ish.
Yeah, 22, 21, 22.
Yeah.
So I was going to school for that, and then once all that's what I figured out, like, okay, now this is what I want to do. I can go to school to learn business. So I was like, I'm not smart enough to be a business major.
Wait, why you think like that though?
I suck at math, dude. I'm just not that guy. With all that, I end up getting, the girl I'm with still like, dude, like you're still in fucking school. Like
So
it's
you
like
were-
4 or
wait,
5
you-
years
so
later.
you were with this girl from your
I was
junior-
with her for a long time. Yeah, right.
We'll
But she was
we'll
she was the
categorize
one
it
who
as-
was like,
Would you
what
say
are you doing?
Would you say too long?
Maybe.
I would say.
Maybe.
You're not with her anymore.
Yeah. Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. No. I don't know what's too
She's
long.
gonna watch
Is.
this
That's
and
the
be mad.
past. Oh, I don't know. I don't. We have so different lives.
Okay,
Haven't
alright.
seen each other since we broke up. Honestly.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
So shout out my new girlfriend though. Dude, this is my newest girlfriend, dude. I haven't had a girlfriend since.
I love it.
She's the love of my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I know who your girlfriend is, but this.
I mean, I dated girls,
Right, but not one. That
not like where I
one
was
you're
like,
claiming.
I'm like, fuck no.
Yeah, you're not like willing to hold anybody's hand.
So with all that of like just like going to school, I ended up going and transferring to A&M San Antonio,
Okay.
and I'm like, oh shit, I'm finally at like a university.
And so, but you're still a fucking freshman because you're taking 2 classes.
Dude, this is like years later. This is like me being now like all that time. That's all I was doing was that. Oh no, so I was shaping hats still because I was doing. No, I was started music already. Then once I got into college, actually.
Okay.
So let me go back.
Okay.
So before I go to A&M San Antonio, I'm still shaping hats and shit. So I changed my major to.
And you're taking classes where again?
Palo Alto.
Okay. That's
Actually,
that's the go-to, baby.
you know what's crazy
I
though?
took classes there. Yeah.
Full circle. I'm playing Packfest this year.
Ooh.
So shout out to the alma mater, I guess. Whatever. I don't know what anybody ever calls their.
Did you get a degree from Alamo College?
No, I didn't. Oh, actually, no. I'm like. You know what? You know what class? I got every class done. You know the only class?
algebra.
Yes, dude. I failed that bitch like 3 times, dude. I was like, and I just gave up. I was like, I don't even need a fucking associate's.
Hey,
Like,
you know what's funny, bro? I like to say I'm actually pretty good at math, but I'm lazy. I failed college algebra 3 times. And then when I joined the army like pays for your college, right? While you're
That's
in.
how I was going to school because my dad was in the army.
Oh, so okay, yeah. So
I had the
it's similar.
Hazelwood.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, well, I was active duty, so
Yeah.
they would, but it's different. So if you fail a class when you're in the army and they're paying for it, you have to pay it.
Really?
Yeah. So like my motivation was like, ain't nobody taking money out of my pocket,
Dude.
Bro, I got a 98 in college algebra. Whenever I had that pressure on me.
Damn.
Different. Anyway, go ahead. So you're college algebra away from associate's degree.
You still to this day. Maybe that they'll just give it to me just for like, dude, like he's doing great. I don't think he's gonna need this fucking degree. I don't know. So I'm doing all this and I change it to something that's under graphic design.
Oh.
So that's where everything actually started to change. Where all
Okay.
right, well, my dad always made flyers for his band. He always made them, and then he used like these cheaper websites and shit. But they would be cool flyers. So I was always like trying to do that myself, but I was trying to market my business.
What business?
That.
Oh. So is that a? Oh, you mean Vinny's hats? That business.
Yeah. What do you mean? What do you think?
Well, because you're shaping hats at somebody at Boot Barn.
Oh yeah, so
So what was Vinny's hats then?
Vinny's hats was just
You were
me
gonna
as a hat
start-
shaper.
So you were okay. So explain this to me. Do you get like you get tips or do you get like commissions?
It's
for
like
doing-
honestly, you're like a cowboy bartender because guys will spend hats. I can go hats about all day, but like,
But if you're the man,
honestly, like guys who you have your traditional guys, like I don't, maybe I'll spend $120.
yeah,
You can get a decent cowboy hat for $175. I'd say.
Okay.
If you get anything under,
I don't
you're
wear
not
them.
gonna-
So like
I don't wear them
new.
either.
This is new information. to me.
Dude, the craziest thing is I love shaping hats. I hate wearing them. I don't think I have the body for it. I don't think I found the shape yet either.
I get you.
I look
get
like
that.
fucking Woody. Like I don't want to do it. Like I don't. I've tried it, dude. I've tried it for my dad and my mom. They're like, I love the way you dress up Western. I
Yeah.
love that. Like, cause you don't do that no more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I fucking hate it. I look stupid. I don't feel comfortable. Like.
Okay, so you were making flyers. You were making flyers to promote Vinny's hats. to
Vinny's
get
hat
people to come
shaping.
in. Got it.
Yes.
So people to come into Boot Barn.
To Boot Barn, so I
Got
can
it.
shape them out. So I'm doing that. So, while I'm doing this, at the time that it's funny that a lot of it goes full circle to hat shaping. I tell you, there's two different kinds of people who want hat shapings, and they're the person who buys their first hat and never wears it. But then you get the working guy. The working guy, women as well.
Uh-huh.
They're the riders, the
They're wearing
ones,
that
and the
motherfucker all the
livestock.
time.
They're in that, but they're buying quality hats. They're buying the $350 hats, and the hats are by X's, and it's the quality.
And so tell me what's the difference in these hats?
The felt, the actual material,
quality of the
quality of
material.
it. So you get like a 3X. It's like wool. It's all by X's, like actual X. So if you look on hats, it'll say X's.
Interesting.
So from what I know, the felt is the more X's, the better the quality,
That's
and
gonna be my
the
next
easier to
question.
shape too, and the longer they last, the longer it's going to stay. And then with straw hats, it's how tight the weave is. So you want a good weave
How do you
because
measure that?
the knots
You don't.
or some shit. I don't know. Dude, I don't know. I don't do that shit no
You
more.
don't tug on that motherfucker.
Yeah, this is about a 20X or
That's a good hat
I
right
don't do
there.
that.
That's a good hat right there.
Yeah, dude. So I was shaping fucking hats, and I was trying to do that, and they were very fucking shitty flyers. Like, but I'm still learning. Like, I'm just trying to get
promoting
shit
yourself.
figured out.
Yeah.
And overall, I mean, I ended up leaving that job.
For what?
Boot
Why?
Barn. Dude, I was getting paid $875 for 3 years.
I love it.
So the thing that
That's
policy
pretty
wise,
good. That's actually pretty good.
policy wise though, no, because then the reason why I liked that job, why I stayed there so long, is I'd making tips. So the
Like a
guy-
bartender.
Yeah. So like I was saying, like the cowboys, the guys, you build a clientele, they're gonna come back every week,
Right.
Because they're like, oh, dude, I had a crazy ride, or dude, the person I get the most, I bet you won't be surprised, are musicians.
Really?
Because they're drunk ass fucking stepped on it, sat on it, whatever. Honestly, I'd get it all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, still he's fucking sat on it, or he left it on the dash. It's all crooked because he
Yeah.
got it.
So, but I mean, you're getting paid hourly, and
Hourly.
you're really just depending on hopefully somebody tips you.
yeah. So the tips are doing great because I had a good clientele. So I knew like the 10 guys that would come in every other week. I know what kind of they're gonna tip me out $20 a hat. They're
Yeah.
gonna bring me 5 hats.
Yeah.
I made more money in tips than I did at the actual place.
Yeah.
So then at Boot Barn, there was like a weird thing going on that I would teach all the other guys how to shape hats, but they weren't as good as me.
So then people
People
customers
were
would
like
come in.
kind of pissed that I wasn't there. And
Yeah, because
then-
like I came here for Vinny. with
yes, and then they're like, I take care of them, whatever, and then I don't remember exactly what it was, but they take away that they said I can't accept tips anymore.
you. Fuck that.
That's why I left.
I would have.
So I was like, fuck this. Like, I don't want to be here anymore.
What the fuck am I doing here then?
Yeah. So that
And
was it.
the death of Vinny's hats.
Honestly, that was where that fool got
That
paralyzed.
breaks my heart, bro.
No, honestly, no. I actually had it for a good year after at home.
Dude, I was about to say that
At
you
home.
ship it out to the house.
No, dude, I was shaping out with a pot and everything. No,
I was gonna say because you just need
I
steam,
had,
right?
I had
or
a,
some shit?
no, I had an actual Jiffy steamer, and I still have a little setup. I have my toolbox for
Yeah.
it. The only customer I still have is my dad. And whoever the hell my dad
Hey,
would tell. My dad will tell
bro.
people, and I'm like, dude, everything's at your house.
Hey,
Like, you're
but
gonna
no
send them to my
bullshit,
house.
bro.
I don't know.
No bullshit. Your dad's hats look incredible.
Thank you.
All the
Thank you.
fucking time. That's you?
Yeah.
That's Vinny's hats?
That's Vinny's hats, brother.
I would recommend Vinny's hats.
Yeah, come down and see us. Like,
Southeast side of San Antonio. Vinny's hats. Check it out. Best in the city.
Yeah. So the hat shaping thing was a good thing for a while.
Okay, so you were how old when you left Boot Barn?
I don't think I was even maybe 21.
So the music still isn't even on the fucking page.
Music
yet.
was barely starting.
How did it come back?
I'll tell you exactly. It was Texas country music. That style of genre is what I fell in love with at that time.
Any specific artist that you listened to first? You're like, oh my god.
I had already been a big fan of Randy Rogers, but I didn't understand that he was like the Texas guy.
He was the one.
But it's also when I found him, my dad was like, dude, this new song we're going to cover, check it out. And it's In My Arms Instead.
Wow.
So it's like, oh shit. Like this, I mean, In My Arms came out a while back, you know, now, but
Right.
you know, that's a timeless song though.
Yeah, for sure. That's exactly what I was
You
going
know
to
what I
say.
mean? That's
yeah.
what I love the most. I think about Texas songs is that I've noticed like red dirt, Texas music, whatever you want to call it. It has its own thing.
Yeah,
It's its
it
own
does.
thing.
It really does. Yeah.
And man, I fell in love when
It's almost like Texas Red Dirt music is almost a fuck you to mainstream country.
pretty much, I would say when I found all those is when I fell in love was I discovered Parker and Coetzel. I'm 21 and those guys are brand new to the scene.
Yeah.
So these guys are
But
like,
they had been playing music for a fucking long time already too.
Yeah. So when I remember when I was at Boot Barn, I still listen to everything. I was just a country music connoisseur. I didn't really think about it performing, singing it, doing it my own, whatever.
That's just where your main interest was as far as music.
Yes, music was just like country specifically. So I had a big thing. I mean, at the time, Los Tovares had all that time transitioned to straight country. They were barely doing Tejano music anymore.
Really?
Yeah. So
way.
they do a lot more country than they do Tejano.
Just
I mean,
just
you don't have to
because-
question them on doing Tejano. They'll
still
3
do
hours
it.
at you.
And so did they do that because of the market was just saying,
Oh, yeah.
we want to hear more country music?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Tejano music is great.
Yeah.
There's nothing to talk down on, but it's not what it really used to be anymore,
Right.
sadly.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. I
you know, but also that's when this transition where they were like considered Texas country. Now they're their own thing as a country band.
Right.
They're the Tejano guys who went to country. And there wasn't very many of those.
Right.
I mean, they're just doing covers, but it was cool to see like, oh shit, they're kicking ass doing country music. And they're doing the Randy Rogers joints I love.
sound
And the
badass.
Pat Green songs.
Yeah.
And that's where I found those first. I found like Pat Green, Randy Rogers.
And so you found the Texas country guys and it like lit this fire. And so so what happens now? Like, how did Vinny become a consumer and a lover of this music to I'm gonna play music?
Yeah.
Cause I mean shit, at this point you're fucking 6-7 years, bro, and you ain't played the drums?
Yeah.
Like
I'd still, it was like collecting dust in my room. It was still set up, but no, they were
you got your
dusty.
chones on them and shit.
I had my clothes in there. I had like just everything. It was just like in the way type shit.
So then what's okay, so what's next?
So it's this Texas country thing. I was just in love with how raw and real Texas country can be.
What was it about that Texas country music? Obviously it was raw, but was it just the lyrics were like hitting you, or was it?
I think that it was like, I remember I was telling my family, I was like, I'm gonna do country music. They're like, oh, you better not do that pop shit though. Right? And I was like, no, what the hell? I was like,
who was pop at the time that they were specifically talking about? Blue
fuck.
Brian.
It was when people started rapping in it in country music.
Oh.
So this is like,
Who's that one guy?
it's like, you know what it was?
Sam Hunt.
No, it was before Sam Hunt. I think the first time that I remember it was when Jason Aldean did
With Nelly? No.
No,
Who
no.
did a Nelly song?
Florida Georgia Line. This is like way before. This is way before.
No, but didn't somebody do one with Nelly?
Yeah, Florida Georgia Line. Oh, Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw.
Tim
That's
McGraw.
what it was.
Over
Yeah.
and over again. Yeah, that one. that one was crazy. See, that was just a rap song.
Yeah.
But I remember it was specifically Jason Aldean doing "I'm sitting on a dirt road, laid back, swerving like a George Jones."
And who was on that one?
I think that was written by
but who was the rapper on that?
that country. Wow, I feel so bad not knowing his name. Remember his name right now. I'm drawing a blank. He's a big dude. Colt Ford.
That's who it was.
It's
Colt Ford.
It's actually Colt Ford's song.
That's right. You're exactly
cut
right.
Colt Ford's
Man,
song
I
right
actually like Colt Ford.
Me too. No, there's nothing
Yeah.
against country rap.
Yeah.
Because that's like, there's a difference because there's the pop rap and then there's like the real fucking rap. That's like the street rap.
True.
That's true. Like Colt Ford. I mean, he's a legend. And like Jelly Roll too. You know, those
Jelly
guys.
Roll, yeah,
those guys
exactly.
are crazy. I don't listen to so much of them, but they have their thing. I mean,
But
that's who they are.
your parents weren't a fan.
No. They were real traditional type stuff. They loved the dance hall because the dance hall kept you dance. Obviously, it keeps you dancing, but
Right.
it's I think the dance hall is Texas. Exactly Texas. That's dance hall music represents Texas in my opinion. And that's what I wasn't. The thing about it where I say I fell in love with it was that there was a change in pace about it. Where like
I'm gonna come back to that.
There was a change of pace in my world, not like the actual Texas country world, where I discovered, wow, these guys are fucking rocking the fuck out, and it's called country.
Right.
And they're doing, the songs are rowdy, and it was just all of that. And
you wanted to be a part of it in some form of fashion as a musician.
I wanted to, yeah. That's where my flame, where I was like, I want a piece of this. Like, I think that. I don't even think there was ever like a doubt. The thing that was hard about it was that I wanted to go full fucking fledged for it when I did it. And that's how I did. I did. When I did it, I went full fledged for it.
One thing I've learned about you is I've only known you, 2 years maybe?
Maybe a little over 2 years, maybe.
Maybe, right? Bro, just from knowing you and talking to you, I feel like when you pick something, bro, you're all in. You're all fucking in. I love that.
I don't know. I remember this stuff didn't, I guess that attitude for me, I didn't get that attitude till I started going to therapy when I was like 23, 24.
You went to therapy? For what?
Just very depressed.
If you don't mind me asking.
No, just very depressed.
About what?
About life.
Yeah?
Like I was going through a breakup.
At what age?
22, 23.
Really?
I was going through like a breakup and then going like, dude, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Like the hats obviously isn't working. That's not paying the bills. Like my parents still take care of a lot of things for me, and I'm like a grown ass fucking man.
Yeah.
Like what am I doing?
Interesting.
So I started going to therapy, and he was just like, you need to be able to grab onto these things, but also need to learn how to let them go at the same time, and pick and choose those times when you can pick those things. Like it's okay to be sad.
I can agree with that.
And do those things, which was right. And I don't know what it was why I said I couldn't do something. And he said, just don't give yourself the option to fail.
I think failure, if anything, is just quitting.
I think it's just don't giving up on yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, exactly.
Yeah.
You're quitting, right?
Yeah.
Like anybody, there's failure is never a thing.
Yeah.
Until you stop.
I think until you like I think that there's so many things that like people be like, oh, I'm scared to do this because I'm scared to fail, but I'm like, you never know because you don't take the chance.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta
like what's the alternative?
Yeah, and that's why you don't give yourself that option.
Yeah.
Like
you already failed if
like
you don't start.
For so long, my family and friends were like, well, what are you gonna do if this doesn't work out? I was like, what? That's not even. It's not that this is not
even my radar.
It's not even that it's not gonna work out. It's just that like I don't know when it's gonna make sense. It's gonna make sense eventually.
Yeah.
But if I'm not doing what I finally found a purpose for, I don't want to be doing anything else.
I agree 1,000%.
I don't want to be doing anything else.
And you know, one thing that I've been thinking about a lot lately too, because I've done a lot of fucking things in my life, and I've jumped around. But one thing I've realized is that if you're doing what you love, you've already made it.
Oh man, I've had so many.
You've already made it.
I've been doing music 3 years now, going on 3 years, and I've had so many of those moments where like I'm like, I can die now.
Right.
Definitely.
Like, and that's kind of where I'm at too. And like, I'm a little bit older than you, and you found this out earlier in life, and good for you. Yeah. But it's like literally, if you're doing what you want to do, bro, like you're just enjoying every single day. And like, don't get me wrong, there's gonna be some shitty days, and there's gonna be challenges and adversity, right? But if you can just take a step back and look at it and say, man, like I got a lot to be grateful for.
Oh yeah, man. Every day. I mean, I kind of just every day I thank God that I'm here. Mm-hmm. And every show, I mean, I play so much now where I'm like, man, like when people from high school are like, what the fuck? I'm like, sometimes I think back and like, cause sometimes I'm like, yeah, I get that a lot. But then I'm like, dude, to who I was in high school.
Right. For people to see what you're doing now.
See who I was in high school, like this little swag country little dude who just sucked at baseball. You know what I mean?
You said it, I didn't.
Oh, dude.
I was going to say sit in the bench.
We're all thinking it. Sitting at the bench now.
That's a song right there, boy. Wait for my turn.
I call it Brackenridge. Dude, I'm going to do it now.
I love it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. I mean, it's kind of crazy how those things go full circle. And yeah, man. I do remember though when the first Texas country song where I was like, oh, dude, like this is where I think I can find my sound. My friend, me and these guys, another guy who was I was teaching these guys how to shape hats, and they ended up becoming my good friends at Boot Barn. There's a guy named Dalton and Glenn. Yeah. And those guys were like, they were from the country.
I was
like,
gonna
they were from
say,
Atkins.
with names like that.
Yeah. 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 So
Dalton and Glenn.
yeah. So these dudes would be like, dude, yeah, let's go get lunch together, whatever, during our break. You know, we'd go get lunch. And they're like, dude, check out this new guy. And we're like, what the fuck? What's his name? And he's like, Parker McCullum. And it was Meet You in the Middle.
Okay.
And I was like, damn, this is a crazy fucking song.
Yeah.
Like, absolute crazy. And also, okay, I forgot to include, on top of all that, of bands that I'd known for a while, it was also Turnpike Troubadours.
Oh, dude.
But I was just like, that's country music.
They're fucking incredible.
Yes, I'm going to, like, I love Turnpike, but Parker reminded me of, like, if I knew a guy who was like, yeah, I like Turnpike. But it's like, it was so weird seeing, like, his Turnpike is so unique in their sound.
Very, very
But he's
unique.
it was such a relatable guy who like, oh shit, this is like the very authentic guy that's really spitting some fucking bars.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like he's saying what I'm feeling right now, what I'm going through.
And that's the beautiful thing about music, right? Whenever you sit down and relate to it, that's what makes music good, is when you can relate to it.
That's what I think that I heard so much with. I'm trying to think. There's so many people. I mean, of course, it's like Coetzel and Parker, but there's so many guys where I was like, man.
So let's talk about, and not to cut you off, right?
No, yeah.
But you're finding these incredible musicians who are inspiring you, right? That you're relating to. You're how old now? 22?
22, 23.
22.
Yeah, I'm 21, 22. Yeah.
So what was the move? Like, what did you decide to start doing to get yourself into the music scene?
For so long though, I'll tell you this. Not that I never gave up on music, but it was so hard. It's so hard to find a group of guys to be like, hey, let's meet up, let's practice, let's try to do this. Dude, I could never do it. Still to this day, I think like with the guys I have now, I have Luis Lopez and I have Steve Rodriguez, and still like we're so good, but we never really practice, honestly. Because it's so hard to get everybody to get together. So for so long, it's like hard to like just pitch a fucking idea. First off, it's hard to know guys.
Yeah. Who are willing to even.
It's hard to know a guitar player
Yeah.
that can play.
Yep.
It's hard to know a bass player. And keep in mind, on top of all this, I don't know guitar on all this.
You haven't even played guitar yet.
I've never played guitar.
Wow.
My dad.
So this is everything you're telling yourself at the time.
Yes.
You're literally shutting down your idea.
Yeah. Every time I'm thinking about it, and it was always in my head. I'm like, oh man, I just wish I was a fucking drummer.
Like, you said, I wish I was a drummer?
Yeah. Like, as in, like, full time. Because keep in mind, so I started gigging when I was 19.
Okay.
As a drummer.
Okay. So music is in the scene.
Yes. But it's very fucking random.
Oh, okay.
Very random.
And you're gigging for who?
So.
And what type of music?
It was the Honda music.
Birthday parties. I'm just kidding.
No, dude. I was playing with La Sombra.
Okay.
You know, La Sombra?
Okay.
Sapo.
Look at you. Yeah. Okay.
I was playing with La Sombra.
You were like a fill-in?
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Good for you.
then I was playing with Michael Salgado's son, Andres Salgado.
Look at
I did
you.
like one gig with him. So the drumming thing was real. Like, I loved it.
You were good at it at this point.
Yes. But I was like, man, I want to do country music. Country drumming.
How do I get into that?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm on Twitter one day when I'm like 21, I think. Yeah, I'm 21. I'm 21. 21, 22. It's around that time still.
Okay.
Right? Yes, it's definitely around all this time. Now I'm trying to think of it.
Quitting Boot Barn, breaking up with your girlfriend.
Yes. So all this is going on, right? So I'm on Twitter and I'm seeing, I just discovered Love by Coetzel and Parker. This is brand new.
Bro, that song
to me.
is fucking...
I'm pretty sure it was pretty new at the time too, because it's not that old.
Yeah.
But my friend retweeted his friend, and he was doing a cover of Love, and it blew up because Co retweeted it and was like, dude,
that's all it takes.
Good shit.
Yeah.
And it was Tristan Frederick.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was like, I told my friend, I was like, hey, tell your homie if he needs a drummer, like, dude, I'm fucking down.
Yeah.
And literally like 10 minutes later, Tristan's like, hey man, my friend said you need wanted to play drums.
Yeah.
Because man, I mean, when it comes down to it, we're all looking for that. Oh, you play drums? Oh, you play guitar? You play bass? Like, you can sing, like whatever.
And that's one thing I've learned from just hanging out with all you guys and getting to know y'all is like, dude, the more you know, the more people you know that play all these instruments, the better chance you have of getting gigs and getting your name out there. I mean, it doesn't always have to be the same drummer, right? Same bass player. But okay, so you're waiting for this break, right, to get into the country scene.
So on all that, I'm like, after like, I'd find all this music and shit. I'm like, I feel like I can tell my story. I can talk about, I can come up with something like that. I can come up with a fucking sad story.
Yeah.
Because honestly, when it comes down to it now as a songwriter, sometimes this shit doesn't have to be real. You just have to be, you got to be a good storyteller.
You have to be a good storyteller, yeah.
And a good singer.
True.
And luckily, I'm one of those. I don't know which one it is yet. I'm trying to figure it out still. It's one of those.
I think both. I think both.
Doing all right.
Come on, give yourself some credit. Give yourself some credit.
It's doing all right. And I get with Tristan and I'm playing drums. And Tristan has his own show and I'm playing with him. We're playing like R&Js, other small little things. And I'm starting to meet other guys. So I'm like, wow. So I'm actually doing what I want now. Like, this is weird. This is like, I'm in the scene. Like, they know me as Santos Tovar's son in the scene. So it kind of helps. Yeah. It kind of helps it. Like,
it gives you street cred.
Yeah. So it's like, oh yeah, no, he knows what he's doing. Like that kid will get it.
We can
do his
him.
job. Yeah. That's honestly, that's all you need is to trust the guy.
Yeah.
Because if you don't trust him, he obviously, then you're gonna be like, oh, dude, he fucking sucks.
Right.
Like, so it's just
Never
trust.
Never calling him again.
Definitely. That I said. Yeah, man. I mean, I always have a good spot in my heart for Tristan Frederick because that was like the gateway.
He's really good people, man. I like him a lot too.
Yeah, man. I have a lot of love for him because that's when everything just kind of. I started meeting other musicians. I started doing it, and then I started writing a lot of my own songs.
Let's talk. I know we've had this conversation before too, but Texas Double Shot, right? They also gave you a big opportunity, right?
Texas Double Shot.
Talk about that real quick. Give them a shout out.
Texas Double. Oh, Tristan was opened the gate, and then Double Shot was the one who put me on the stage. So playing with Tristan, I met I think Jonathan Fox.
Oh, okay.
The guitar player. Because he was a really good friend because he was friends with my dad. I would see them play together a lot.
Right, because his dad's really good friends with your dad.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, after, yeah. So it's like we're just good people all together, So I already knew them. So I remember when I met Double Shot, we were really good. And they were like the first guys to, hey, dude, you can fucking sing. Like, come fucking sing a song. I don't know how. Oh, I had already had I put 17 out.
Okay.
So when I met Double Shot,
wait a fucking minute. Wait a minute. How old are you at this point?
23.
So you went from opening the gate to recording
all at the same day in the same year, yeah.
Wow.
So I got inspired by Tristan. I was like, wow, like he's out here really doing it. Yeah. He's playing like cool places.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of want to do that myself.
Okay.
So I remember he was there when I was writing 17 because I remember I had just came up with the first line of that song is, did you say what you wanted when you said that to me? And he was like, dude, I would love to have that line in one of my songs. And I was like, nah. I was like, and I was almost like, yeah, take it because I didn't have anything. Yeah. I was like, nah, I think that like this is gonna be the one song I finish. Yeah. Because like I would just write little things down and shit. Yeah. So in that same year, yeah, man, I go to a studio. I go to FL Studios. Fern Lemus. He's a metal producer. Okay. And I didn't know a lot of other places. And then the only places I knew were the very commercial places that I very couldn't afford. Right. So I was like trying to find somebody that was one in my budget and then somebody I meshed well with. Okay. And I wanted to go. The way I can find my sound is if I don't go to a country producer. That was my mindset. So I didn't go to a country producer. Okay. I went to a metal because I'm like, well, maybe I'll bring the country idea. And they'll bring the rock and that'll make the Texas country sound I want. Okay. You know what I mean? Okay. So that's what I was shooting for. I like that thought process. So 17, I mean, even a lot of all these songs that I have out now, I wrote them. I've been always journaling. I would say I would do poems because I don't know melodies. Okay. So 17 was a poem. Nueces County was a poem. Another Night Out was a poem. Gorgeous Girl was a poem. Wow. They're all just shit I wrote, and then drinking. That's different. I don't know why I just fucking. It's good. I didn't drink it out the can. Yeah, no, it's good. It's just different than what I had in my glass there. So you've been journaling. You've been journaling all the songs that we have now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think 2021 was when I put 17 out. The song 17. Okay. So I was like, I put that song out and. It got a reaction that I didn't think I was gonna get. I thought I was gonna put out a song and it's like, that's cool. Can't say I didn't. That's what I wanted to do. I remember that year, my goal was like, I'm going to put out a song this year. And it's either going to do something or it's not.
Yeah.
I have all these other songs. maybe like if I mesh well with this guy, I can come up with another song. So it did. I meshed well with
that producer.
Fernando Limas. So I was his first country guy. And now he's doing Tones Country. He's doing Drew Brown. He did Drew Brown's records. So it was really cool. Good. Yeah, man, they're amazing records. So I loved I loved working with Fern.
Yeah, and so you're still working with.
I don't work with Fern. I haven't lately. I'm with a new producer.
Okay.
His name is Chris Mora. He's the one who produced
the EP.
Another Night Out, the new
EP
EP
that came out.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So I'm working with Fern, whatever, all in between of. I remember I didn't know that many fucking chords. I was only learning the song. I was very stubborn.
All right, so let's backtrack a little bit more because you open the gate, drums. Where in this whole time frame you also picked up a guitar?
So growing up, I always had a guitar.
Okay.
My dad had a guitar, and then when my grandfather passed away when I was like 15, he was just a guy who would just buy shit just to have it. They had like a big ass house.
That's
so he
Mexicans,
had,
bro.
Yeah, dude. So my grandma was like, "Hey, do you want this?" He's like, "Your papa bought it, but he never used it. It's still in the box." And I was like, "What is it?" And it was like a Yamaha beginner guitar, but it was like perfect condition,
guitar,
and it's been there for years in the box. And I was like, "Yeah." So I started learning on that one. It was kind of very rough because it's been sitting forever. So my dad had this guitar. My dad always kind of strummed the guitar. He still does to this day. My dad plays pretty good.
Look at AJ.
My dad plays pretty good guitar, and that's where I was like,
really? I didn't know that.
My dad plays acoustic guitar. Yeah. So he would play acoustic, and he would learn his favorite songs, and I'd always remember those songs. Are those different or what?
Yeah, it's golden ale.
Okay, hell yeah.
Oh, that's what we were drinking here.
Oh, that's premium.
What was I drinking here?
Premium.
Oh, fuck, I don't know, bro.
Dude.
I took a sip of this one. I was like, ooh, that's different. Ooh.
Oh yeah, shout out to Alamo
Beer
Company,
coming in clutch tonight.
San Antonio, Texas.
We're about to do. Let's take a little break real quick. We're actually gonna do a segment. It's called This or That.
All right,
and it's sponsored by Alamo Beer.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
So
This or that.
It's gonna be quick. All right, nothing crazy. All right. So what's your preference, beer or liquor? Keep in mind it's sponsored by
Beer, I guess. Alamo Beer specifically.
Good answer.
That's what I'm saying.
Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Blueberry.
Next.
LeBron or MJ?
Michael Jackson?
Yes, duh.
LeBron or Michael Jordan?
Of course.
Michael Jordan.
Good. I thought you were gonna piss a lot of people off.
Oh no, dude! I had like my toy thing as a kid. Was my mom made it, and it's Michael Jordan doing the thing. It's like the shape of that, but taller.
Yes.
And honestly, it took me till I was 18 years old to realize she spelled it Jodan. It says Jodan on it. Did not say Jordan. So, dude, I still have it in my room at my parents' house.
Michael
in my room still. It still this is Michael Jordan. I was like, Mom, did you realize it says Jordan? She's like, I never noticed that. Like, all fucking 20 years later, 2 decades later.
Michael Jordan.
2 decades later, I learned to read, and I was like, hey. I didn't notice that as a kid.
Bro, I thought you only sucked at math. What the fuck?
It's like I learned how to write, just never stop.
All right. Dallas Cowboys or any other scrub team in the NFL?
I don't know, man. I've been a Dallas Cowboy fan since I was a kid.
Good.
But it's a very toxic relationship being a Dallas Cowboy fan, man.
We all understand that, though.
I think everybody from Texas, man.
Right. We're not leaving that relationship.
And then it's like, if you're not from Houston, it's weird to find people who are like, yeah, I'm Texans fan.
Yeah.
But I love the Texans.
Dumb.
The Texans did pretty good, but
Don't say that. Don't.
I don't know, man.
Don't say that.
I don't remember either of those teams having a ring, so. But
All right. This next one was on a comment. I actually had to delete it because it violated Meta's policies. Butt cheeks or chesticles?
damn. I don't know, man. I don't know if I've ever had a preference, but I would say like I think I'm a booby guy.
Oh, boobies. Got it. Okay. All right.
Oh yeah.
Drums or guitar?
Drums.
Ooh. Over singing?
Both.
Ooh. Threesome.
I could do
like
both.
it.
I like
like
that combination because drumming's a lot easier for me than playing guitar. I struggle playing guitar.
No, you don't. Really? You think so?
I don't know how to pick. Like, I don't know how to do that shit. I just know chords.
Okay. All right.
yeah.
Last question.
All right.
This one was also on a comment. Cole or Parker?
Fuck, dude. I saw
That
that,
was- that
one.
was
I
Tones-
saw that one.
Tones Country put you on the spot.
I saw that one and I was like, damn, that's gonna be a really hard one. Because the coolest thing is I love Cole Wetzel and I love Parker McCullum. And
You have to pick.
And going back to the story, I'll go back to it later, but I would rather just shoot myself than choose that. It's so fucking hard, but I don't know. I guess I don't know, man. I have such love for those guys. They're like sometimes the same person.
It's a pretty fucked up question.
That's a pretty fucked question, dude. That's like your daughter or your son. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I would flip a coin and probably say,
and still be upset.
I'd say Parker because Parker McCullum has retweeted me.
Damn,
twice.
Cole, you hear that?
Yeah, Cole. You need to come retweet me, dog.
I heard Cole's wild, bro. He beat your ass.
I'm sure he would eat my ass. I'm just kidding. What'd you say? Wait, what? What'd you say, bro? Stop talking about Cole like that.
I think that was an invitation.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
I love them both. I'll do it for both of those guys.
Beautiful. All right. Well, that was a fucking makeshift segment called This or That.
Thanks, Alamo Beer. I don't know what Alamo Beer. I don't know what they're putting in this damn thing. Let me get another one.
I love it. All right, we'll get back to it. All right, what were we talking about before we?
So you brought up double shot. That's what.
That's where we.
So
we're
that
at,
came
yeah.
back. So all right. So the first time, this is what I'm gonna say. Why Parker goes back to this, right? So I'm playing drums still. I have my music out, but I'm not gigging. I think the only place I'm gigging at is El Cevichero, the first place I ever played at.
Really?
Yes, El Cevichero was the first place, and I played
And this is guitar. Yeah.
Acoustic, my first real acoustic show. So I'm just doing that, and
that what's El Cevichero? It's like a restaurant.
it's a food truck. It's a food truck off of Couples Road in San Antonio. Still
Right,
there.
that's right. Mhm.
That's where I started, man. That's my home. I will always have mad love for Cevichero for giving me a platform, giving me somewhere to play.
How did you get that? If you don't mind me asking.
I was eating there. Honestly, I love ceviche. Ceviche
You were singing while you were eating, or what?
But this is during COVID. So there's not a lot going on. So I'm there with a friend, and I was like, this place looks so cool. Like if I had like an acoustic guy,
Yeah.
and like I'm trying to do
Just
that
some
now.
music, yeah.
Like I know how to play. I know how to play a good amount of songs. Now. I know
Yeah.
like 30, 40 songs.
Oh wow.
So I'm like, I'm looking at my phone, so it's just whatever.
Yeah.
I can't read actual music, but I can read like what I'm
Chords.
looking at.
Yeah, but I mean,
Chords,
like when you're
yeah.
talking about country songs, I mean, you need 3 or 4
It's
chords.
3 chords in the truth. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's like, so it's not very much,
Yeah.
So, I hit up the guy there. His name is Abel, and I'm like, "Yo, dude, like,
What do
love
you
the food
think?
here. Like, I play music. I play country. I would love like to just come play here. Like, I'll do it for free. I just want somewhere to play."
That's the way to do it, brother.
And he's like, "Yeah, no, like, you want to come back here next Friday? Like, just off rip." I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "No, man, and I'll throw you a tip. Like, I'm not gonna make you pay for free. Like,
Yeah.
if you have a thing." And then I remember I came home and I was like, "Hey, Dad, like, I got a gig." He's like, "What the fuck? We don't even have a sound system. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing getting a gig?"
You're gonna plug your guitar into what?
Yeah, like, so he's like, "Fuck." So I remember my dad like got a mixer. He had like some 2 old like speakers we had at the house, and that's my setup. There's 2 speakers on the floor, and like I'm on the dirt just jamming out,
I love
and
it.
it was cool. Like I didn't know how my friends were gonna react to it, but my friends were like, "Dude, I remember you kind of like singing in high school. Like,
Yeah.
you kind of had a thing going." And I was like, "Dude, I don't remember that." I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't remember
You're just
that
like, I was
being
just
like
bullshitting.
y'all
Yeah.
talking about this. Maybe that would have helped. Maybe that would have helped knowing back then that y'all believed in me. I could have started singing in high school.
Yeah, because
I don't know.
I picked up a guitar then.
Yeah. So, anyways, I started doing that, and a lot of my homies start showing up. But also, at the time, bars aren't open. It's COVID,
Right.
so there's nowhere to
And
go.
the only reason they're operating because it's outdoors.
yes,
Yeah.
and they weren't serving liquor, so you could take your own. So that's where it was BYOB. Come
Love
listen to
it.
cool music.
Love it.
Bring your friends.
Yeah.
There's nowhere else to go.
Get fucked up.
So, dude, it was cool. We would just get fucked up. I would play like 6 hours.
No way.
I would play all fucking. I would play from like 7 to like 12 o'clock.
No shit.
1 a.m. maybe.
Wow.
So I remember one time. I would play there every Friday during COVID. So for a year I did that.
Wow.
A little over a year. Man, shout out Cevichero. Cevichero really. I would bring like Nate DeLeon with me, Celestial, Justin.
And that's when Nate was just starting out too.
That's when all of us, I would just bring the homies. I'm like, can I bring it and call it Country Friday?
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, fuck it. You know,
That's
bring these guys. So I did. And I remember this one time, the people are like, you ever get fucked up? And I'm like, no. Because I had my first one at Cevichero. And I remember they hired a guy who is like a on-call bartender.
Okay.
So you kind of pay him and then he serves mixed drinks. Like he knows how to make mixed drinks. So everybody just tips him out type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's an open bar kind of thing.
Okay.
So
But because it's BYO.
it's still a BYOB place.
Yeah.
So, but we have that guy because we know him and it's like, you know, we're courteous. You just kind of pay for your drink. Yeah. There's no price on them.
Right.
You'd be like, oh, I bought like, you know, I got these 2 drinks, $10. Here you go.
Yeah.
So we did that, and that was the first time ever happening where we had like an open bar. Like we could just go up there and get drinks.
That's fucking dope.
Just the idea of it is like, oh fuck, dude, yeah, let's go. So dude, it was fucking packed at the time. You know, it's like 40 people in this tent. It's tiny, and my friends are like, shot after. It's free.
Yeah,
and he has like clase azul. He has, like,
it's good stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
and they're passing it. I remember at Cevichero, I had a wireless stuff. So I had a wireless mic and I had a wireless guitar thing.
Yeah,
I go up, do it, and I would go out in the crowd. I would sit with people and just fucking sing.
Play.
Yeah, you know, I would just sit with the homies because the whole crowd that was there before kind of left, so it's just like friends of friends.
Yeah,
that are
yeah.
there. So
You're
why
just
not?
hanging out.
I was just cool.
Yeah,
it was a
you're
cool
hanging
hangout, backyard type vibe.
Yeah.
And I remember my homegirl. It's Abel's wife, I think now. Mm-hmm. The owner of Cevichero. Mm-hmm. She was like, Vinny, take a shot. And I'm in the middle of a song. And she's like, here, like I waited in line for this one for you. I was like, what? Yeah. And she like shot it back for me.
Yeah.
And I took it in the middle of a song, and dude, it got in my fucking eyes. And I remember I was like, ugly. Like it hurt my face. And I remember I kept going for like 2 more songs, and I'm like, dude, I'm so
faces
up. But I'm jamming, and everybody's into it. Everybody's singing every song I'm doing. And then my friend Steven, not my drummer Steven, my friend Steven Wallace, he's like one of my childhood best friends. Mm-hmm. He's like, dude, stop. Like, stop fucking playing.
He told you to stop.
Because it got to the point where like a lot of people weren't even paying attention anymore.
He's like,
it's like 20 of us. He's like, dude, like, because I'm singing and I'm like, I'm not even singing fucking words. Like, he's like, dude, like, I remember I was singing, I just put out Figure It Out.
Oh, okay.
I forgot the words. It's not like I had the tabs. Nobody made them with me. So, yeah, man, I was like super fucked. So let's fast forward to Double Shot, right?
Yeah,
back to that story. David's like, yo, can come sing a song, but he's like, can you sing a Parker McCollum song? My wife loves Parker. I was like, which one? He's like, the guy's Fox knows To Be Loved by You, and To Be Loved by You just came out. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh yeah, I love that fucking song. Mm-hmm. So it's like a backyard party at Fox's dad's house, Don Fox. Okay. It's his at Don Fox is carpenter, a wood guy. I don't know.
Yeah, carpenter. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he has like a whole wood shop.
Nice.
So he built a stage in his backyard.
Wow.
So they have you know, I think it's every year for his birthday he invites all the musicians out on like a Sunday.
Wow.
To go just jam out.
That's pretty cool.
He has everything there.
That's pretty cool.
He'll hire a sound guy. You know, we all just jam there.
Yeah.
So that's what we would do. Anyways, I do this video. Emily, the fiddle player,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
double shot.
Yep.
She's recording it. Whatever. I have that video, and my thing through COVID where I got like the clout was Twitter. For some reason, it's Twitter.
Really?
Yeah. And I posted that one, and fucking Parker McCollum retweets it. And he's like, I was like, what do you think of this Parker McCollum cover? And he's like, good shit, or something like that. Like something nice and short.
Yeah.
I was like,
but a retweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he actually replied to it. Like I didn't at him thinking he was going to talk to me.
Right.
It's Parker McCollum. Like everybody at the fucking Parker McCollum.
Right.
So that I think the next thing that happens where this stuff starts to grow is I go to a Coetzel concert, right? And also big shout out to Bo Bundy.
Okay.
Bo Bundy was the first like bigger name that ever, and he retweeted the song I did with Cacha Zoro.
Oh,
the drinking problem.
Drinking problem, yeah.
The cover. He retweeted that when we were just like jamming, and we were jamming there at Cevichero. That's where that's from.
No shit.
So
we're. Then y'all did the whole music video. 151.
Yeah. So we did it, and it was like it had like maybe like 20,000 on Twitter, and I was like, what the fuck? Like both Cacha's just started. I'm fresh.
Yeah.
Cacha's been around for a while, but you know they're finally hitting their boom. So it was like good for both of us, and yeah, we had all this. So, dude, he's retweeting me, whatever. So I actually meet Bo Bundy at Coetzel's show. I'm like, hey, what's up, Bo? And people are like, dude, he actually fucking knows you. I'm like, I know, like he knows me. So it's all cool, you know, with Bo Bundy. So we go to 151 after Co's show. And
Where was Cole playing at?
dude, he's playing at the fucking Mission Stadium.
Oh, I remember that.
Where it was,
that was
like
recent.
the pod.
That's like what, 2 years ago maybe?
Yeah, it was like the dude. It was a pod show. We
Yeah.
had the first pod in the front, and as soon as you started, fucking
yeah.
sucked.
Yeah.
It was cool though. It was like finally the first normal thing back from COVID.
Right. Yeah,
Anyways,
I remember
so
that.
we go to 151 after
Mm-hmm.
and double shots. Dude, come sing a song. I sing a Randy Rogers song,
Mm.
and a lot of people were like, "Dude, you're that guy from Twitter." I was like, "Oh, so this
No
thing
shit.
actually caught on. Like, it's not just like."
Yeah.
And then the owner comes up to me, Mike. He's like, "Hey, man, what are you drinking?" He gives me a drink. And he goes, "Honestly, man, who the fuck are you?" Who the fuck is Vinny Tovar?
Yeah, who the fuck is Vinny Tovar?
That's literally where that came
I
from.
like
From me,
it.
bro. And he's like, honestly, because he's just an honest guy. And
Yeah.
he's like, I've never heard of you, but so many people tonight are telling me to book you here.
Yeah.
So we need to get together. Like, let's get you booked here.
And at this point, you don't even have a band.
I had one band show. It was so meeting Fern and stuff. I make 17 the album. I
Okay.
meshed great with him.
Yeah.
We put out 6 songs,
Yeah.
7 songs.
But this is that you're using musicians that he has available.
Yes.
Right,
So
like, you don't even
So
have-
yes.
yeah.
So I run my first band show at Mr. Jim's Trading Post in Atkins.
Okay.
And it was a free show. And they're like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, oh, I just released it. I'm gonna tell it. Hopefully it gets packed.
Yeah.
So it was a great show. And this my first band show. I'm singing and playing drums.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm singing and playing drums. So, I have a good friend named Garrett. He was playing.
Is the drum kit in the front?
Yeah, and not only is it in the front, it's a little drum kit. It's not even like a big drum kit.
We have this on video somewhere, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
love
I
it.
can find it,
I
dude.
love
I'll send it to you, and you can put it right in front of
Please
this.
do.
How little this
Please
drum
do.
set looks.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it was a good show. It's my childhood best friend Stephen Wallace is my acoustic guitar player because he was shout out to Stephen too. He was the one friend I was like, hey, dude, it'd be cool if you learn guitar so I could sing.
No way.
and
And
he
he
fucking
did?
learned the guitar. And he like, dude,
Bro,
every
that's
song.
a good friend.
Dude, and because
Wow.
we would go to church. We had like we would do the church retreats in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and he would be with the band and sing that shit. So I was like, dude, if you learn a country song,
Yeah,
it'd be kinda cool.
learn these songs.
Yeah, so he would learn like Head Over Boots. and,
Wow.
like, dude, they're terrible covers. Me, he's not doing bad. I'm like, like it's bad. So
I love it.
anyways, they're doing all these covers. I'm doing my first show. It was great, but it was a weird setup because I'm playing drums.
Right.
And also, we practiced once. We're doing originals. People never really heard these songs.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh,
kind of
what the
weird.
fuck's he playing right now?
And even my dad was like, dude, maybe you should just be a frontman. Like, just do that. I was like, maybe.
And then find a drummer.
Right.
Yeah.
So then in between all this, at Mr. Jim's, they're like, dude, y'all had an amazing show. We've never heard of you. And I'm like, yeah, this is our first show. And they're like, you need to come back next week and check out this guy. Like, he's been around, and he's going to be like our new little summer series or whatever they're doing over there. Like, they're getting bands back after COVID. I was like, what's his name? They're like, Nate DeLeon.
No shit.
Yeah. And that's how I met Nate.
No shit.
So the
That's
next
how
week,
y'all met?
Yeah, the next week I
Wow.
came back with all my friends that were like in the band at the time. And I was like, dude, let's go to Mr. Jim's. It's right here, like down the street, because
Yeah.
I didn't live that far from
Well,
there.
Nate had just started music at that point too, right? Like
he had maybe
wasn't-
like 2-3 years, maybe.
Really? That long?
He had been doing shows already before I was doing it for sure.
Wow.
So he came back, and literally like we both were like knew each other.
Yeah.
Without knowing each other.
Just because of like social media.
Social media, music,
Yeah.
whatever. And we're
Just
the only
just
other
to
younger
chill
guys
together.
that
Yeah.
at least know each other.
Wow.
So I was like, yeah, we gotta go check out this guy, Nate DeLeon. He did it. And I remember he started his show. He came out to like fucking Thriller. Like, I don't remember. It looked like a real Halloween
Hey, I
show.
believe that, dude. He loves Michael
Yeah,
Jackson.
dude. So I was like, oh shit, like he's gonna come out in a red jacket or something. Yeah. But I was like, damn, dude, he's playing like fucking Ragweed. He's playing
Yeah.
like all those songs I love to play on drums.
Yeah.
So some guy was like, dude, I need to introduce y'all to each other. So then I think we like bumped into each other.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey, you're Nate Dillon. He's like, yeah, you're Vinny Tovar or whatever. And he was with JJ Villarreal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So JJ was his guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I remember Nate denies this shit for some reason. He was like, dude, you got to check out his song called 17.
Mm-hmm.
His song called 17. And he goes, I never said that shit. I was like, maybe you didn't, dude. Chill.
I gotta talk to Nate about that one.
So whatever. So I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, hey, you ever need a drummer, whatever. So then, dude, I started playing with Nate, whatever.
No shit.
So that's how I started making friends through all these people. We're just jamming,
the
just
way it
genuinely
works.
jamming, man. Like
Yeah.
it genuinely. I remember I would dream about having friends that actually were working musicians.
Really?
And now I know so many, man.
Yeah.
I'm very blessed that like I have a catalog of like, man, I need a bass player.
Yeah.
Oh, they made up the homie.
Yeah, you got a list of people.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. Let me.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into some questions here because we can talk all night,
Oh,
brother,
yeah.
and I love it.
You know
I
me,
love
dude.
it. What do you love most about making music?
It's very therapeutic. I love that I get to tell my own story and be myself without having to be judged. Even though no matter what.
You're gonna get judged no matter what.
Yeah. So that's the thing that you can already rule out.
So let's go back to you said all you need is what? 3 chords and the truth. So with Vinny Tovar's music, with your songs, the songs you write and been putting out, is that Vinny Tovar's story?
Yeah.
That's the truth.
I think that it's like a time capsule for me. What I was writing, because some of these songs are really old. Another Night Out, I wrote that then week after I wrote Nueces County.
Really?
No, I wrote it after I wrote 17, so it was before Nueces County.
Wow.
The song that's on the latest EP.
So every song you've written that is out right now is specifically something that you went through.
Something that I would say that I feel. I don't know if
That you felt at a certain point in life.
Yes, I had those feelings for breakups, love, other shit. I don't know. Sometimes I'm just trying to find a different way to tell a story. But the difference is I'm just trying to tell my own story.
But the thing you enjoy the most is that you find like, so when you say therapeutic, like what is it, like you're able to tell your story, but what's so important to you about telling your story?
I don't know, man. Being like a songwriter is a very weird thing. I don't think there's a right or wrong thing in this job. It's one of these jobs that like that songwriter can tell you, hey, do this, that. But that's not gonna make me a good songwriter.
Right.
That's his formula.
So what do you hope to accomplish with putting out your story? Right. It's therapeutic to you, which is incredible. You know what I mean? More power to you. But with like, if it's therapeutic writing it,
yeah.
what do you hope to accomplish by putting it out?
That it's not as crazy as people think it is. It's very.
In what way? What do you mean?
I just want to be relatable. I want you to
want
know,
your music to be relatable.
I want music. I want to be relatable too. I never want to be like. I love all these big country names, but they're so. Not Hollywood, Nashville. I don't know if Nashville's even the word, but they just.
I can see that.
They're stars.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to find. I think that's what I found with Parker and Co. That they're just normal guys like us that just have a good way of telling their story, and they're obviously amazing musicians though.
They are.
You know, on top of all that.
And their songwriting is incredible also, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Sometimes I'll meet the best musicians and like, I don't know how you write that song. And I'm like, dude, you're like the best musician I know.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck?
It's definitely two different skill sets though.
Yeah, it is different to be like a musician than be a songwriter.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I feel like sometimes songs will just come to me, or it's not like I'm like, oh, this is.
So what's your songwriting style? Like, do you set a time of the day and say, okay, I'm gonna write for this many hours, or do you just only write whenever you're in a specific mood, emotion, mindset?
I don't know, man. I think that sometimes like the best thing I've noticed is it just comes to me. I've tried and tried to sit there and be like, all right, I'm gonna write a song.
You've tried to force it.
And it won't come out. It won't come out. Or it'll be something I don't like. It'll be like one of my least favorite songs.
Really?
I think that like I love all my songs.
Yeah.
I remember I had this weird feeling for 17. I was like, man, I kind of don't like these songs.
Let me ask you a question with that. Which song do you love the most out of the ones you put out so far?
When You Walked Away.
That's a good one, bro.
That's my first co-write, real bit like with
Co-write?
Yeah, I wrote that with a friend, Chris Buckner. He's a guitar player for Life Cycles, the Southeast metal band from San Antonio.
I like that. What's your least favorite song you put out?
I don't know, dude. I kind of don't like Gorgeous Girl.
Really?
I think it's really corny. Honestly.
You know, and I was going to ask you a question before.
I love that song, though, because people,
Yeah.
like, dude, I've done that song for people's weddings. They'll walk down the aisle to that song.
Wow.
People ask me to do it when they propose.
Yeah. But you don't like it.
No. I mean, not that I don't like it.
What's corny about it? Like
I don't know.
it's too happy of a song.
It's too happy, I guess, because I love writing sad songs. I love songs that
was
like,
gonna be a question earlier for me. I was gonna say, like, do you only write when you're like in a bad mood?
do you only write fucking sad songs?
Yeah, like when you're like when you're in a bad mood is the only time good songs come out.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's a bad mood. It's a sad mood. It's like when something makes sense.
Yeah.
Where it's like, fuck, that really like fucked up the day.
Yeah.
I'll end up finding something, or sometimes I'll even listen to something and I'm like, damn, this melody brings out a sad thing.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I can tell my story with it. So it's always different. Because sometimes, dude, I'll be like on the fucking gym, 100 miles an hour running, and I'm like, oh, this is a song idea.
Yeah. Do you ever write songs that are not something that's happening in your life currently? Like, do you ever like you said, hear a melody or something, and you say, man, I want to write about this shit I was going through 4 years ago?
When you walked away.
That was one of them.
That's definitely that song. 'Cause
Okay.
that's a song that like, I had to like channel a feeling.
You
And
got to
like,
put yourself back into that.
yeah. That's like a weird thing about like you gotta. I don't think it's like how I was feeling. It's like 3 years ago. Oh no, but it's like more or less like I remember a time when I was sad. So those times I think of like what was I feeling like, you know? And
Yeah.
sometimes people are like, dude, are you okay? I remember I put out 17 the album, right? Still working. I was working at the time. I was working at a home healthcare supplies place.
Oh wow.
And my bass player was my manager, and his uncle owned the company. And I was like, "Hey, check this out! Like, I just put out a fucking thing." And he's like, "You put out music? What the fuck?" Like, okay.
Yeah.
He went to his office, came out, and he goes, "Damn, motherfucker, are you okay? Like,
you wanna talk?
These are fucking sad songs."
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. I thought they were good. He's like,
Yeah.
fuck, why you seem so fucking emotional?
He's like, what do you mean, bro?
Yeah.
Like, I'm great.
I was like, what are you talking about? I just
Yeah.
had a great day.
Yeah, I feel great, man. Did you like the song? Did you like the song?
Yeah. And to me, I mean, the way I look at it, man, they're just songs. It's
Yeah.
not. It's like yes. When I put it out, I'm like yes, it's a prize. But when it comes down to it, what it really is just a song. It's just a story.
Let me get back to that in a second. I got to take another piss.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got a piss. I got a piss.
Yeah. Fuck Hector. No, honestly, I do. We're throwing these down. It's already fucking 11. PP time.
PP time. When's your next show, man?
Tomorrow I'll be at Pro's house, and then well that's acoustic, and then Saturday at 151. We're getting tore up over there.
Oh yeah.
I was telling fucking Hector that's the first gig back playing drums and singing. I haven't done that shit. Nah, I mean, well I played drums a lot. I played with Double Shot last week,
Oh nice.
but I couldn't find a fucking drummer, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna hire some shitty drummer when I can just get behind the kid and do it myself. So, the hard part is just fucking singing. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Still taking a cock out or what?
PP. You share the toilet? It's always fun. Are you good here to stay late, bro? Like, I know we've been running this podcast so longer than expected on the show. You good? Okay, brother. I'm so you're not getting no more. No, the lights are on. I'm still outside. Like the string lights. So even if you put them like up against the tables, facing up, and let him play like that.
Yeah. Oh, that might work out. Yeah. I like it. I'm gonna try to get through these questions. I feel like me and Vinny can talk for hours.
I wish I should have brought lights here or something.
I know. I was thinking the same thing, man. I was like, fuck. And I was thinking, I was like, I don't know what the lighting's gonna be like. Luckily, the lighting in here is okay, but like for the acoustic session, I think it definitely needs to be a little more dramatic.
Even here, for next time. We can-
Yeah. Yeah. We could turn that one off and get some. Yeah. I think the setup looks awesome though.
Setup looks great.
Yeah. I love it.
Your longest fucking podcast.
Bro, I know. We're at an hour and 37 minutes right now.
Let's see if we can knock this out in the next 20. Fuck, no, no.
I love it. Okay.
What were we talking about?
I got it. I already know, bro. When you walked away, I was like, okay, no.
Oh, like the song?
Yeah, so you said, I didn't even catch it. When you walked away.
Yeah.
All right, no, so you said at the end of the day, it's just a song.
Yep.
I gotta disagree with you, bro, because I listen to music and it's therapeutic for me when I listen to music. Right. It's therapeutic for you when you write music, right? I just can't dismiss it to be just a song. You know what I mean? Like maybe like after you're done writing it, that was your therapy session.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like there's still good memories to look back on, but when I do it, it feels like a closed book.
That's what I'm saying. Saying. So for you, once it's done, recorded, it's out. For you, therapy session's done. We've closed it. Whenever I hear it for the first time, it's getting me to a certain emotional state. It's either bringing me to something that I felt before, something I'm going through now. It's helping me through something. It's helping me understand something. So like to everybody else, bro, it's way more. To everybody else.
Well, I think that's what I like though.
Right. To everybody else, it's what you were going through when you were writing it.
Yeah. And being relatable, like knowing that I can tell my story, people were like, dude, like I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The craziest thing is when I'm like, you know, sometimes I feel like sometimes it sounds rude, but there's a lot of songs I have now.
Yeah.
And it's always the same songs. People are like, dude, that song means so much to me.
Yeah.
Like it, and I'm like, yeah, what is it? And they're like, Nueces County. I'm like, fuck, how? And then I hear their rowdy fucking stories, and I'm like, damn, bro. I thought I was like the only one, but fuck. When I hear, dude,
get me out of my
big
cell.
shout out to all of the people who reach out to me. I love y'all, dude, because I'll get stories, be like, this is the song.
That's a badass song, bro.
But people will be like, you know what? When I think about that hard time in my life, I play Nueces County, and it brings me some peace and shit like that. But I'm like, she's doing cocaine. Like, that's what they're like, oh, dude, I feel so much better. Like, cool. Like, dude. Yeah. I'll tell you one thing about that song. I did not think that was gonna be the song that people knew me by.
But I guess if I'm gonna try to put myself in someone's situation, like I guess like when you listen to a song like that, it makes you realize like, damn, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one who's been through that. You know what I mean? And maybe that's why it helps them get through it, especially for a song like that. I mean, it's kind of wild for that song to get.
Yeah, that's
people through shit.
That was a weird song, man. I mean, it is a weird song.
Okay, so
I don't know how the fuck I wrote it.
So that was gonna be my next question. Is like, did it happen?
Yeah,
you were in Nueces County.
In Nueces County,
and that's Corpus.
Corpus.
Tell us the story. This is gonna be a segment on its own.
Cool.
What the fuck is Nueces County story?
Nueces County. So Nueces County is long ago. Nah, I'll start mode.
It was a cold windy day.
It was actually the week before the lockdown happened.
So right before spring break.
During spring break.
Okay.
Literally, like I got out 2 days later, Texas shut down.
You were
because Texas hadn't shut down yet.
Oh, that's right. It was no, it happened on spring break.
Okay, then yeah. So this is where.
I guess in San Antonio it happened. On spring break.
I'm very emotional person. I just got done through a breakup.
Don't start crying, bro.
You doing okay? Fuck no.
Get this man another beer.
I am. I didn't want to do anything. I remember talking about therapist. I planned to go to Corpus with my friends, and I don't.
And you okay? How recent was this breakup?
Then,
yeah.
Like at the time.
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know. Maybe like a month.
Okay, so
it's barely fresh.
Wait, but is this the high school girlfriend?
Yeah,
it has to be, right? Because
yeah.
I mean, you said there was only one.
Yeah, it's her. So it's a long break. That's why it was so hard for me. It was like 5-6 years.
Was she really doing cocaine? That puta.
I don't know, bro. That's the thing. I don't know.
The song says
she's out there, and I don't give a fuck.
Okay, go ahead.
Look at me. I'm down on my luck. You know that's a song, right?
Exactly. Okay, I know. That's why I'm laughing. I was like, okay, so the story is that true? Yeah.
So no, all of it's true. Okay. That's just a different play on words and shit.
Okay, so you had just gotten into a breakup. You were telling your dad, I don't want to do shit.
No, I'm a therapist.
Oh, you were telling your therapist.
My therapist. I said my therapist.
I don't want to go to Padre.
I want to go. My plan was to go see Cody Johnson when he does the spring break thing in Corpus. And I was like, I always want to go, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I feel like I'm going to suck the energy out of it. I don't want to go. I'd rather just stay home. He's like, why? Like, just fucking go. Yeah. Literally, like, he didn't say that exactly.
Right. Yeah.
But basically, like, dude, like, you're holding yourself back. Go have fun. Like, allow yourself to have fun.
Yeah.
You know? So I go down to Corpus, whatever. Whatever. Long story short, I get to Corpus where my friends are like, "Do we have our Airbnb? Like, just crash with us. Like,
Yeah.
we have a giant one. You just bring a fucking air mattress." Da, da, da. I'm like, "Fuck it." I went the
Okay.
day of the show. Paid like $120, like
Damn.
on SeatGeek to buy the resale.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, whatever." So I get to Corpus and they're like, "Dude, we're in Port A, but we're ready to go home. Can you come get us?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but fuck, it's gonna be like another hour because
Yeah.
it's spring break." So I get on the beach. Finally, they're like, "Oh, we're at mile marker
Anca la fregada.
28, whatever," and I'm at like fucking negative 17 or something. Like, I'm way far from it. Like, I'm counting the markers. And I'm like, damn, this shit is far.
Yeah.
So, anyways, on the beach, it's fucking crazy because it's spring break.
Of course.
In Port Aransas, you
Yeah.
know, that's where everybody goes in Texas, in my opinion.
Right.
Everybody knows Port A for
Yeah.
that shit.
The whole
So,
coastline's fucking crazy.
yeah. So, yeah, Port A, South Padre,
Yeah.
everybody, it goes crazy.
Yeah.
So, the beach is fucking crazy. All the cop lights are on,
course.
whatever. So, long story short, all the cop lights are on, and we're all going like 5 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a cop, I didn't notice as we passed, he saw my sticker on my truck. Because at the time, I had this big ass fucking truck.
Bro.
Dude, this is a sign for everybody.
You're going to tell
that
me...
doesn't go get that fucking sticker. Go get your fucking sticker.
You're going to tell me Nueces County was born off of a fucking registration sticker?
Well, it's not born off of a registration sticker.
I know.
It was born off of me having weed when they pulled me over.
Oh, okay.
But that's why they pulled me over. So anyway, so this is how I'm going. You know, I don't realize he's getting behind me, but all the cops that I see, every time you see one, they're close.
Yeah.
So all the lights are going off, the sirens are off, and it's just everybody walking. So I don't really click for a while that this guy's trying to pull me over. But keep in mind, we're going like this.
Yeah. He could easily walk up to your window and be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, man,
He could
get the
run.
fuck
He
off
could
the
be
side."
walking
Yeah.
next to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But then I heard that one siren noise, like, that noise, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Was that me?
Yeah, and I was like, "Is that for me?" And dude, because I was bumping, I had like in my old truck, I had like fat ass subs, so I was
SPM.
all day, just crank, dude. I was probably playing like fucking Coetza or something. I don't know what the fuck I was playing, or fucking some corrido. I don't know, something probably like hella Mexican, just like something like that probably. And I was like, "Oh shit!" I heard that noise. That noise I heard.
Yeah.
So I pulled over, and the cop comes up. "What the fuck, man? I've been trying to pull you over for 5 minutes, and you didn't pull over." And I was like, "Why don't you just walk over here?"
Yeah,
Like,
why don't you just wave at
it
me?
was So it was like, got really pissed, whatever. But he interrogated me, found my weed, whatever. Got arrested for having weed. It was a cart. So I had a cart. It was, I don't know if it's still a felony in Texas or not.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
I don't
But it
follow
was. So got caught up with that. Went to the Port A fucking jail for
Booked
a
your
day. Had to be shackled and chained to go to Nueces County because it was a fucking felony.
Damn.
So while I'm in there, everybody in Port A that's in that jail is from San Antonio. Everybody's from fucking San Antonio.
Didn't you say you like ran into somebody you knew or some shit?
Later on, yeah, like
Right?
a year ago, I ran into one of the guys' house in fucking because he was the only guy who spoke Spanish, and I'm like, my Spanish is like, man, I can get by. I know if I'm like in the conversation,
Yeah.
But if I think about it, fuck no, I panic. So he was like, hey, like, I forgot what the fuck he said, but he said my name wrong. He's like, Roberto. And there was another guy named Roberto. There's a guy there, and I was like, no. He's like, Vicente. And I was like, oh shit, he fucking called me by my real name.
Yeah.
So yeah, but long story short, I'm in there, and we're all like from fucking 18 to 33, maybe.
Yeah.
All just younger guys. And dude, we're in that fucking Corpus holding cell. There's just a bunch of us.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, what do you do? What do you do? And you could tell, like, oh, those are the rich kids. This guy, one guy is like, yeah.
Just a mix
We're
of
all talking
everybody.
while we got in there. I have the stupidest excuse. The guys are like, yeah, I have a fucking 8-ball. I fucking hit my girlfriend. I was like,
What?
the fuck am I doing with these? Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
why am I here? Like,
Yeah.
why am I with these
How
fucking
did I
guys?
get caught?
Yes.
Yeah.
How did I get caught? Like, so anyways, all through it, 17 was already out, the song. And they're like, dude, you're a singer? Dude, he's a singer. And I'm like, I swear to if this one of these fuckers is like, start singing, I'm not going to fucking do it. I was like, nah, I don't really sing like that, man. I was trying to play it off like, fuck no, I don't want to sing for y'all. Like, the fuck? I'm trying to call my dad to get me out of here. Like,
You're about to be like a jail cell bitch. Sing me a song, boy.
I was like, whatever. So anyway, so I'm talking to these guys. They're like, so you write your own songs and whatever? And they're like, dude, I remember all these guys are like, you have to write a song and call it Nueces County.
No shit.
About what you're getting, because I was telling about
Yeah.
this breakup, why I'm depressed. We're all just talking.
Yeah.
Man. There's nothing else
You
to
got
do.
nothing else to do.
We're
Yeah.
all just talking. So I was like, all right, I'm going to promise to make this Nueces County song. And I don't
No
know why,
shit.
how when I had she's doing cocaine and I'm stuck in jail.
Mm-hmm.
As I remember that in my head, and that's the first thing I wanted to do as soon as I got my phone was to start writing this. And I remember I wrote it, had it all out. Like a week later, showed it to my parents, as it is now, and they're like, "Oh fuck no! Like, did
Like,
you
you
just
can't
say
put this
fuck
out."
that bitch in this song?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "It sounds funny. Like it's a funny song.
Yeah.
Like it's not." Like I feel
But
like
at the same time, it's a very real song.
yeah, and I feel like that's what's like as a songwriter, I love songs like that are like that of like Brad Paisley, like I'm gonna miss her.
Yeah. Oh, I
Oh,
love
like
that
it's like a
fucking song.
crying kind of song, but
Yeah.
he's just going fishing.
Yeah.
It's one of those kind of things where it's
I'm
not as
choosing
crazy.
fishing over, yeah.
Yeah, you know, but I wanted it to just. I didn't have no idea for it. I didn't have a melody for it. I didn't have it, but only chords I knew were like G, E minor, C, D. Most songs that's the first 4 chords you use.
Yeah.
So that's what I use. I was
Yeah.
like, this is the one thing I know is G minor, C, D.
What's crazy is that like when you say, "Oh, I think," when you wrote it, you're like, "Oh, it's a funny song," right? But I don't get funny out of it. Like, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, it's funny. Like,
I think it's just the funny that how it's kind of like slapping your face.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what did he just say? Did he say fuck her in a country song?
To
Like,
me, I feel like it's a very like you're angry as fuck in that song.
oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it was. It was
I
an
don't.
angry
I don't
song.
get so much like humor. Like I get.
That was like a turning point for life where I was like, fuck everything. Like, why am I not being better? That's what literally, like, in my life, I remember I felt like I hit rock bottom and then I went to jail. And I was like, man, I hit rock bottom and fucking dug a hole and at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's how low I
I
felt.
went even deeper.
Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep writing. I'm never going to stop because this is where I feel I'm in my space. Whether I'm just singing it, whether it's, I didn't think it's going to be anything. And it's crazy to think that like, this is a song that, oh, you wrote that song?
Yeah.
I have that. The craziest thing I've ever had when people, I'm at Prost House and on the Riverwalk. I come see me Monday through Thursday.
Little plug in there.
Give a plug. So, dude, it's been happening a lot lately where I'll be like doing, and I'll start playing Wessex County, and people are singing along. I'm like, "Where y'all from?" They're like, "Oh, we're from Pittsburgh."
Yeah.
like we're just in town.
Touristy spot. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just in town. I was like, "And you know that song?"
Yeah.
They're like, "Yeah." We're like surprised that you knew it. I was like,
Fuck, it's my song.
"That's me." They're like, "Oh wait, you're Vinny?" I was like, "I've said it like 30 times." Like, they're like, "Wow, what the fuck?" Like, it's
That's
cool.
pretty awesome. Though. That's pretty awesome.
It's a very relieving feeling that it's working.
Yeah.
That people know it and people like it.
Yeah.
It's more or less just to be liked. Like, is it gonna work? Are people actually gonna give a fuck to put this in a playlist? Are we gonna? That's just all my thoughts of it. It wasn't like my one thing was like I lost my chance of being a radio country singer
That's what your thoughts were?
producing that song.
Really?
But this
well,
is.
I mean, I guess I can see that. Yeah.
I say fuck a lot in that song.
Yeah, yeah,
And I say
a
she's
lot.
doing cocaine.
Yeah.
I don't think a cocaine can be said at all on the radio. I don't know.
Really?
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't know. What
They
the
can't even
rules
let you say suicide on.
Really?
Yeah, like you can't say a lot of stuff on the radio.
Damn, we can't put this on the radio.
Guess not.
Just kidding.
Whatever, dude. But like, yeah, so it's like it's that thing was I was like, you know what? I'm gonna literally have an I don't give a fuck attitude because now
Because of that song.
Now I know who Vinny Tovar is. Vinny Tovar is what that song is.
So what do you want your at the end of all this, right? Because like we said earlier, you're doing what you love, so you've already made it,
Yeah.
right? You made it because you're doing what you love. But what do you want the Vinny Tovar music legacy to be?
To not die out. I want to make timeless music. I want to make. I want people to know who I am.
Okay.
Genuinely, I want people to know. Dude, do you know that guy from the fucking hood who makes country music? That's dude. Yeah,
music.
I went to fucking middle school. Like I know it. Like I love that. I love when people. I take pride in where I come from. I can't be like
Yeah.
I'm the guy that I'm from
Yeah.
outskirts to. No, dude. I went to the. I'm went to the hood school.
Yeah.
Went to the hood high school, and I mean it was downtown.
Yeah.
But like I'm a city guy. Like
Yeah.
I'm not trying to claim to be this redneck.
Yeah.
That's why I call it cud. Like
Yeah,
because I am
country music,
Like it's
yeah.
the people around me. We are these people. Like
Yeah.
these people aren't.
And to
a
be
jo-
honest, that's I mean, like if you really think about it, that's the majority of San Antonio.
honestly, the cut thing is just a play on word just because I thought it was funny.
Oh, and
But
it is. Don't get me wrong.
It's
It is.
fucking hilarious that it is, but it's also on a serious note. It's real people.
It is.
These are our friends. These
It
are
is.
people that are around, and there's a lot of them.
Bro.
There's a fucking lot of them.
I'm telling you,
and
that's what I'm saying. The
you know
majority
where
of San
they're-
Antonio.
You know where they're not
Yeah.
in country music.
Yeah. 100%.
That's why I name it that because it's his own thing. Because those people everybody knows Mexicans as these they like to play it on words, but there's so many, especially in San Antonio.
Oh yeah.
There's so many fucking like, you know, you asked me this the last time. When did I know I wanted to do this?
Yeah.
What I do.
Mm-hmm.
And people always like, yeah, when I heard Parker, when I heard Cole. And like,
Yeah.
I like those guys.
Yeah.
But dude, honestly, I remember when my dad was in Los Tavares, he would play at the rodeo grounds, and we would go into the Frontier Club. And every night, every different night over the years it would go, I'd always see the same fucking guys. I'm like, oh, dude, those guys are so fucking badass.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do what they do. I don't want to be them.
Yeah.
I want to do what they do.
Yeah.
And it was guys like Mario Flores, Gabe Garcia,
Yeah.
Clay Hollis. Like, Clay was new, and I'm like, dude, that dude looks like he's like young as me.
He's a kid, yeah.
And I'm like, dude, but he can fucking sing.
Yeah.
And that's when
And he's
I'm
still
like,
doing it.
He's dude. Shout out Clay.
He's doing
Everybody,
great.
dude, they're doing great right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. All of them are doing really
Gabe's
good.
doing great. Hunting Honky Tonk, and then
Yep.
Mario's
Mario's out there at the roundup.
the roundup. Mario has
the
his own
roundup.
spot.
Yeah.
Clay's on the road all the time.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Or on a boat.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Dude,
right?
I want to go fishing with Clay.
no,
Clay, dude, I've been asking you for years.
I don't know you that well, Clay, but I'd like
Let's
to
do a
go too.
podcast on the boat. Fuck. I'll fucking seasick. Yeah, dude,
It'll be a
when
short
you get your
episode.
start- What? It's all windy.
I got a bite. Hold on. We're gonna take a break.
Fuck. Yeah, dude. It was, I think I find the most influential guys are the people around me, man. I
Yeah.
love what everybody's doing.
I like that.
I have such a love that
I like that.
I don't. Everybody would ask me like when I started, like, oh, like you're better than that guy, and I'm like, I don't think it's a better thing to me. Everybody has their own flavor, though.
They do. They
You know?
definitely do. Do you feel so? I've told you this many times before. I feel like you're one of the hardest working musicians in San Antonio, if not the hardest working musician in San Antonio.
Thank you. That means
Do
a
you
lot.
feel no? And I say that genuinely. Do you feel any pressure, or do you feel like you're kind of leading anything with this new, younger generation of musicians?
Yeah,
Yeah, explain that to me.
because when I started all this, I didn't think of it as like a scene. It's crazy that like I was talking to Gabe Garcia. He's like, you take all the fuckers that are in San Antonio, move to Nashville, and if y'all can manage to y'all can all get on the same thing, it's its own wave.
Yes.
Because it really, like, San Antonio has its own music thing. Like, there's
with
Texas country
the
scene.
little shit you did with
Yeah.
Fitteds and Flannels,
Oh.
you, Jordan, and Nate.
That's just fun. That's not even like a real business plan. And
But
it's
what's
crazy that it is now.
What's crazy is that people love that shit.
Yeah.
You three motherfuckers on stage is incredible. Incredible. So go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. So
No,
Gabe
no,
was
yeah.
telling you.
Yeah, so it was like y'all have there's something here that, and I've heard it from a lot of people where they're like, they say that I'm leading the pack, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, I'm not the leader. Like, I want to make music.
Yeah.
Like, I think that the thing is that, like, for so long, I'm like, man, I wish somebody would just request a Vinny Tovar song. And it was just, hey, can you do this Luke Combs song? And I love it. I love those songs, probably more than my songs sometimes. But to be your own person is like, there's a big difference. I think at a pride thing that a lot of guys we want is like, we don't want to be the guys you sound like, you look like, you don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Right.
I don't want to look like somebody else.
Right.
I want to be Vinny Tovar.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten, dude, you're the
You
next.
want to get the comment that you just made about Turnpike.
Yes.
It's like they got such a unique sound.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like the same thing with Parker and Cole. People put them together, but their music's completely different.
You're exactly right. I mean, they put them together because I think they they came up together,
Yeah.
right? They played a lot of shows together or whatever. They influenced
Yeah.
each other a lot. But you're right. Their music is very, very different.
It's weird because I want to be Vinny Tovar. I want you to know who Vinny Tovar is. I don't want you to be like, dude, I love the way he sings. I mean, I love it. I love to get the compliment that y'all, like some people have said, you sound, look, whatever, because those are the guys I look up to.
Of course.
But I'm very interested in being my own self. And if that's me not wearing boots, that's me wearing a giant fucking vintage t-shirt, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. I find it in the most randomest places.
Yeah.
That I fucking play drums. Like, I don't know.
Sing sometimes
And sing.
at your
I'll
shows.
be, this Saturday, 151 Saloon on March
Yeah.
4th. Y'all come out.
That's gonna be interesting.
Oh,
to
it
watch.
already passed. Thank y'all for coming out.
Oh well, yeah. Once we put that, we can take that
Yeah.
clip and fucking post it somewhere.
But
But
yeah, it's really weird. I don't know. I don't want to say that I'm not, but
I
a
think-
pressure is there because like I want the thing about it.
what
is
pressure
that
do you feel? Like if we just talked about pressure specifically, like what pressure are you feeling?
it's nothing I'm scared of, but it's weird for the pressure to be like, you represent these new guys, which I'm like, no, I don't. Some of these guys have been out here for a long time.
And do you get that pressure because people are saying it, or is that like a self-imposed pressure?
Some people will come to the shows and they don't go to country bars, but they'll go because I'm there.
Right. So when I say self-imposed, like maybe I can reword that. Like, do you feel a responsibility to lead this new or this younger generation?
I don't know about a responsibility, but I have like a thing to myself where like, if you look on a lot of the merch and shit, it's the it's the Southeast.
It is unique.
There's nothing that's country about that. But I mean, country is whatever the fuck I want to make it. And if you're not going to say that it's country, that's why it's spelled the way it is, because you don't know about that.
Right.
It's its own thing.
And so, that's a really good point. When I was talking to Louis Singer a couple weeks ago, he gets a lot of hate because his shit's fucking
I feel like I can relate to him.
You guys would hit
He's another Mexican.
Exactly. Not only a Mexican, he's got an R&B background, right? And people, he's got his own little mix in how he does his country music. But I asked him, I was like, okay, well, how do you explain because he's got a whole album called Country My Way, right? And I said, okay, well, what is Country Louis' Way, right? And he said, remember growing up, and if you were a Mexican kid and you couldn't speak Spanish, like everybody's like, he's not a Mexican, right? He's like, now we're in this, now generations are like, if you're a Mexican, you can't speak Spanish, it's like whatever, right? It is what it is. Same thing as when you were growing up generations ago, country music was George Strait, right? Garth Brooks, very traditional country. When you were growing up, generations have passed, and we're getting influence from all these different genres of music, and it's just what country music is becoming. Because like even like Cole, he's super rock.
He even says, I'm going to put out a country album soon for how much of him being in that country guy.
In the country guy, right.
So I think the biggest thing that makes those guys more than their music is that attitude.
Yeah, they're
being very aware too.
Aware of what's influenced them personally, what they love about the music that's influenced them, and then make it their own. Just like you said, like country music. Yeah, it's not country music.
It's not Spanish country.
It's
not country. It's not, and it's like that Flatline song. It says country is what country means to me. And that's what it means to me. I didn't grow out. I was around a Tejano band growing up.
Right.
They were singing country.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
That's what that was. We were, and dude, they would tell me. It's even happened to me where, dude, I'll go to bars and I'll sing one Spanish song. And be like, knock that shit off.
I know. I remember we talked that. We had
no, but it's a lot of places.
Really? More than one? Why?
But we've talked about one that wasn't very direct, but when I started, it's been very direct. Even my dad would tell me the stories of those guys. They'd play, be like, hey, dude, no Tejano in this bar.
This ain't that type of bar.
Yeah. And when I got told that shit, I'm like, do you know who you just fucking hired? The guy who spells country music?
Cool.
Yeah. Like, do you know who you just hired? Like, that's why I made it such a thing where I'm not going to be told what to do with what I'm going to do. Like, this is my show. It's not your show. When bar owners do that type of shit, that's a shitty fucking place for you to be like, no, this is what you... No, dude, you hired the artist.
Makes you not want to play there anymore. Yeah, because like you can't even play your own fucking
I'd
music.
rather not play there at all if you're going to tell me what I can't play.
Right.
And I love all the bars that I play at. They've made San Antonio my actual more than where I'm from. But man, there's a hot ass music scene here. You have amazing artists, that are all on the rise, man. Everybody, and I'm so happy that everybody's hopping on putting out originals.
Yes.
You see it with everybody, from my friends to the guys from around us. You see everybody that I think that's been on here.
And what I love is seeing that I think everybody in the music scene, in the San Antonio country music scene, is motivating each other. Like, you put out an original, and the next guy's like, damn, I got to put out an original. And the next guy's like, oh, I want to be part of that. I want to be part of that. And then everybody's just building their portfolios of music. And it's beautiful because, I mean, here in the next 5 years, you're going to see a ton of artists coming out of San Antonio on the main stage.
Yeah, man. It's
exciting.
It's cool to be... It's cool for me, like, when I look at guys like Mario. I idolized him and Gabe growing up. Yep. And now those guys are like phone calls away. Yeah. They're like, hey, that's beautiful. Let me get you a gig. Let's talk a song, or let's go have a beer. It's those things that I even find with like guys like Nate and Jordan. Those are my best friends. And like, it's so cool to see them shine. Yeah. Actually get their time to fucking shine. Like, I've seen what those, everybody has that double shot Celeste,
Yep.
fucking Drew Brown. Like
Yeah.
everybody is doing their fucking thing and it's
Yeah.
cool.
I love it.
Like, you know, I don't know, man. I think that I didn't have very much, not guidance. People, well, your dad's a drummer, and that doesn't mean nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, I'm not just a drummer. And it's more or less that I kind of found my own way, and I don't know how I got here. I just,
So let me ask you that question, because I've asked this question to a couple of people. You said I didn't have a lot of guidance, right? So what guidance did you get? Like, I'm gonna ask. So I asked this question this way: is what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given in two realms, in the music industry, and then in life in general?
man, that's a lot. I mean, I think that life is don't give yourself the option to fail. People ask me that, like, how do you just, when you do this or do that, how are do you make that flyer, that shit, whatever? And I'm like, you learn.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. It's not like it's a miracle. It's not an app. It's not me, you know, going to do this or that, but it's also making relationships. Like, don't be, the biggest thing I can say is I don't think anybody could say that I'm a fucking like a bitch ass dude. Like, I hate, oh, fuck him.
That's one way you put it.
People will be like, oh, fuck that dude, but I love him. That's who I am.
Yeah.
Because I'm never gonna I know what it's like to like go to people and I want to ask, hey, like this or that, advice, whatever.
And they're just douchebags.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
And now those guys ask me for help. And it's different where like now I don't ever want to, I still want to help those guys.
Yeah.
I want to leave an impression to take care of one another somehow.
For sure.
I'm in my own lane. I know I'm going to eat. I know I'm going to have my shows. I'm going to be doing what I want to do because I'm going to make it happen. But if I can help you out where you're just getting started or you might need that extra push or even just, hey, dude, you want to come do a show with me?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah. Like why not? Like I've always wanted more music friends. And I mean, now it's crazy that me wanting to just make friends turned into like I'm in this giant community now.
Yeah.
And they call
Everybody
it country
helping
music.
each other. Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody wants to help each other.
I love it.
Now, like, you know, people have told us like, dude, like you, Nate, and Jordan Fit and Flannels, like that was a crazy idea. I was like, dude, that's just three guys who always had shows not together. And we're like, dude, why don't we get shows together?
Yeah.
And like, we'll put all our
Let's
people
all get
together.
on stage together. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, that's what we're like, dude, that's the thing. And I'm like, dude, we're just chilling. Like we're just
having a good fucking time.
We're just having a good fucking time. We're just getting drunk and just
I love that.
singing our favorite songs.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
So in the music industry, so in life in general, and I think that just carries out into everything that you're doing now is just don't give yourself the option to quit. I love that. I agree with that 1,000%. In the music industry, I don't know what's the best piece of advice you're being given. I'm assuming it's going to come from your dad, or maybe not.
My dad has given me so much advice. I mean, it just depends what we're talking about. Like
In the music industry in general.
You know, one thing that my dad always told me growing up with drumming, because sometimes I'd be nervous, he'd always tell me, you always finish the song. So always finish what you started.
I like that.
In a sense. So all the time, dude, we'll have some shitty parts of the show.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, we got to finish the song.
Fuck that up.
But it's all about how, not ending, but it's all how much you can show a recovery. How much can you really like?
Yeah,
Damn,
it's
that
the,
song fucking flopped.
Yeah.
That I just put out a while back.
Yeah.
But you know what song just got resurfaced? The first one I ever fucking put out.
Yeah. It's the iconic Rocky. Like, it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down. It's can you get back up?
Yeah. And yeah, it's the same thing. Like in music too. I mean, it just depends. Like music business is a whole other thing. Music business, for advice, I can say that.
Let me ask you this. What do you not like about the music industry?
The ego.
Ooh. Ego from?
Everybody.
Really?
Everybody in the scene has an ego. Whether it's you don't know who I am or what. The goers, people that just go and they think for some reason you got to respect them because they know.
You should know who I am.
You should know who I am. I come to see everybody.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what? Why are you even come down? Like, what the fuck?
Okay.
It's the ego, but it also comes from the musicians. Sometimes I've had it where some guys are they're jealous. You'll find those. I mean, shit, I'm a jealous guy. Everybody gets jealous. That's the flaw. I mean, but that's human nature. But I think the thing is you shouldn't feel...
What's the jealousy? Okay, so let's go back to that. What's the jealousy coming from? What are you jealous of?
Me?
Yeah. Like when you talk about like everybody's jealous in the music industry, right? Specifically in the music industry.
I feel like when I would get jealous, I don't want to seeing somebody doing something I should have been doing, but I'm not doing it because I'm fucking lazy.
Right. So the jealousy really comes from I identifying a fucking flaw in yourself.
Yeah.
That's deep, bro.
Yeah.
But
I think being a musician overall though, be self-aware.
yeah, but I think for everybody, should everybody get jealous, right? A lot of people. I think when people get jealous, that's exactly what's happening. Exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
Is the only reason you're jealous because you're identifying that somebody's doing something that you know you could be doing.
Yeah.
1000%. I love that.
That's literally all it is. I mean, sometimes I'm like, fuck, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
But sometimes also I'm like, I'm gonna hate that fool. Like,
Right.
duh, he's smart.
He
And
did it.
like,
Yeah.
you know, like
he fucking beat me to the punch.
Yeah, like fuck it, who cares? And it's like sometimes people think that of like, oh, it's competition to who's the best here, and I'm like, I don't think I've ever strived to be the best because I can point out a thousand.
It's hard. It's hard to categorize the best when everyone's trying to be their own.
Yeah, like what's the best to you? The best
Right.
performer, the best
Right.
singer, the best
Right.
songwriter.
Yeah, you've got to have a metric.
The guy who dresses the coolest.
You on the baseball field?
Dude, I was winning somewhere. Those dudes would get their ass beat, right? And then I'm like sitting on the bench with all
Looking
like
fly as fuck.
with all the girls that are like the trainers and shit.
With a clean ass
and they're
uniform.
like, why do they even go for you? You don't even fucking play. And I'm like, because this boy doesn't have to play to be on the field.
I was winning somewhere.
Winning somewhere, bro. Nah, but it's more or less like be self-aware, but like be yourself. Like who gives a fuck if you want to dress how you dress? Do what you want to do. Like when it comes down to it, just I can pinpoint everything of like, oh, do this, do that, do that. Mm-hmm. That worked for me. Doesn't mean it's gonna work for you.
100%.
But like, take it as I don't know, man. Like I want to help people, but you can't help a helpless person.
Of course.
Like you don't. It's beating a dead horse or whatever the fuck that means.
You can.
I'm looking at all these horses.
You can,
and none of them are dead. This
right?
is weird.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you can only do so much, but sometimes like I always want to, but sometimes I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this when they're like? Sometimes I've thought about like, man, I'm not getting shit in return. But it's like, does it really matter if I get something in return?
And I was gonna say that. So like, the thing about whenever you're doing something for anybody, genuinely,
Right.
you should never expect anything in return.
Oh yeah,
right?
I don't.
And I'm glad that you
Yeah.
you said what the.
But it's
should I
very
get
it's very
anything?
self-aware of myself.
Right.
With most people to know like fuck like this is like a pro bono ass shit. Like,
Yeah.
but it's fine because I know like my 10 toes are down for myself.
Yeah.
I don't need like the one thing why I say like be self-aware is like no one got you the way you got you. You could say like, oh, my girlfriend's the best and my mom, my dad, my best friend. Yes. But you need to take care of yourself more. You need to tell yourself it's going to be a good fucking day when the fucking rain is pouring.
100%.
When the fucking rain is pouring and they close the fucking, you're late to work, whatever, you still got to make a good fucking day.
Yeah.
And I'll have those where like, I don't know, man, I'll have a shitty fucking show or the recording is not what it should have been.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, there's another fucking day. You just got to make sure you get to that next fucking day.
And so I'm going to use that to lead into what I want to talk about now. I want to talk about this EP that came out.
Right.
Right. And that specific thing you just said, we're going to talk about Bad Life.
Right.
That fucking song, bro.
You know,
I love that fucking song.
you said what's my least favorite, and I almost said that one.
No, bro, that's probably that one or In My Bed are my
Really?
favorites.
Really?
Those two are fucking, bro. When you sang Bad Life live for the first time, I was like, what the
Oh, yeah, what
fuck,
was
bro?
that?
You
Was
were
that
at Prost.
No, was it at Prost or was it at the Opry place? Because we were somewhere.
Opry.
The
Nacho Opry. No, was it?
It was somewhere like that. I was.
You know
just
what?
at
It
Flanders.
was there. It was at fucking. What's
Because you
that
were
place?
like, dude,
Chorus.
that's that fucking song. You
Yes,
didn't play
bro.
that fucking song.
Yes,
Yeah.
bro. I love that song, and it that song is literally about what you just talked about.
Yeah, it's very. That's one of those songs where like I was like, man.
It is. I mean, it is kind of corny.
It is corny. That's
It
why.
is corny.
That's why it's. But it's a saying I always know myself. It's not it's just a bad day. It's not a bad life.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
I wrote it.
But I mean, dude, but the just the way the song starts, bro, is it's so fucking relatable. And like when you listen to it, everybody needs to go listen to it. You listen to it and you're like, bro, I can relate to that. And that's why like
Yeah.
whenever you play it, I'm like, bro, I feel that way every single day.
Yeah, man.
Every single day.
I do. I don't hate none of my songs. It's nothing that I would choose one over the other. But that one, just because of that, of like, people know me for writing sad songs. Am I gonna make this mental health ass song that people are gonna get? Is it gonna make sense to them? Are they gonna be like, what the? Did he just tell me to have a good day? Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So that's why I was scared because I'm like,
But
well,
that song is not necessarily that it's like it's not so much of a super happy song either.
no,
It's you having a fucking shitty ass day and reminding yourself that it's really not that bad.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. It is that. I mean, I don't know. With it's such a weird thing because I don't remember writing it. I don't
Really?
remember like what I was thinking about. I remember I would always say that phrase, and I don't know what was going on.
Just a bad day, not a bad life.
I forgot what was going on in life. It was when, because now I'm going on 3 years full time.
Mm-hmm.
It was like when I started full time. We're playing like 6 times every day type shit.
I mean, even now you play a lot.
I don't play as much as I used to.
No?
I cut it down because I mean,
Well, you're still playing Monday through Thursday.
Oh yeah, but I used to play like
2
14
shows, a
shows
night.
straight.
Yeah.
I would do like 12 shows in 10 days type shit.
God.
So yeah, I have slowed down, and that's when
Yeah.
some of those things where I was like, man, I'm not even liking this anymore.
Yeah. You're kind of burning yourself
Because like
out.
I know it's a job now,
Yeah.
so it's like not as fun. But that's where I was like, well, what am I complaining about? That I'm finally where I want to be in life.
Yeah.
Like that it's a bad fucking day. Like it's just a bad fucking day.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like shut
Yeah.
the fuck up to yourself. Like
Yeah.
literally, like
I've had this conversation with my brother before too, in which is he's obviously not a musician. I'm not a musician, but I think a lot of times we work so fucking hard to get somewhere, and then we're in that position, and then we're miserable.
yeah.
Like why?
And sometimes like when I feel like those things, I'm like, man, I'm spoiled.
Yes,
I'm really
Yes.
fucking spoiled. I'm like, I can't believe like I'm
that's
out
a
here.
really good way of looking at it.
I'm out here bitching about
Having the
Oh,
life I've
dude.
dreamed about.
there was nobody in the fucking. It was empty
Yeah,
today. Fuck. Well, I still got fucking paid.
you got paid to,
I'm not
to
in
do
no
what you want to
fucking-
do.
I'm not in no fucking office hating my fucking life. I'm not out
Yeah.
on the fucking field somewhere like
Yeah, working in a
wanting to
fucking
kill myself.
warehouse or some shit.
Yeah, like it's
you're not getting paid $8.75 to
just
shape
one.
hats.
Everybody
with no
has
tips.
bad days. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what it is.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, but no, I love like Bad Life is a.
I love
It
that
was
song.
it was the first different
Yeah,
direction.
Yeah.
Than what I'm used to.
yeah, definitely on the happier side if we were going to
Yeah.
categorize it.
Yeah, I wanted a happy song. I
Yeah.
wanted a dancing. I when I went to record it, I was like, this needs to be something you dance to,
Mm.
and I want it to be like a play on words that's a sad song that's actually happy.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
it definitely is. I definitely think it is. I think you hit the
Thank
mark
you.
on that. Yeah. Let's talk about "In My Bed." I love that song.
That one's another like other innuendo that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, that one was another old song.
Because if you listen to the title, you're like, oh, he's talking about some hosky he got in his bed.
yeah. Damn, I never thought about it like that. Yeah.
No? I
That's
mean, if
weird.
you just look at the
That's cool.
title,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
weird. Yeah, no, yeah, for sure.
You look at the title, that's what I'm thinking.
Because I didn't want to put the whole thing of now I have to live in the bed I made.
The bed I made,
The
yeah.
bed I made. I don't want to do that. I just want
Yeah.
I want something short and simple. I always want that.
When the EP
Well,
came
that-
out,
well, that's the thing with Bad Life. You look at Bad Life.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, why would I want to listen to a song about? It's called Bad Life.
Yeah, no, well, I mean that's why I wanted to listen to it because Bad Life's like, oh, yeah, it's gonna be a good depressing song.
It's like, dude, did he just tell me to like brighten my day?
What the fuck, Vinny? It's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
No, I mean, but "In My Bed" is similar, right? Like you think "In My Bed," it might be a love song, right? It might be, about some girl, about some little relationship.
That's something that was like, I think I had came up with that. I know I have to live in this bed I made. It was I know things change. I forgot the freaking lyrics, but I
You
know,
wrote it.
I know I fucking forget it. You would, you know it. Everybody,
yeah,
I don't know.
it.
Y'all go stream it right now on
Right now, Apple Music,
Spotify, Apple, Amazon.
Plug.
But yeah, that song was different. That song was an older song that I had that chorus, and it was just more or less like I would sit. When you feel sad, sometimes you just have to sit with the mistakes you made.
Fuck yeah,
You have to look like, dude, you fucked up.
you have to own it.
You have to own.
Yeah,
Damn, you're a piece of shit for a second,
yeah,
and it's fine. We all have those. Sometimes it may be
yes.
the smallest thing, or it might be the world to you.
but you definitely feel like the biggest piece of shit in the world in those
and
moments.
sometimes like, yeah, you know what? You got to go to fucking bed.
Yeah.
And you got to wake up and go do this shit tomorrow.
yeah, and not
And-
make that mistake again.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's in my bed is just that, like
I love it.
that story of just sitting in like, damn, I'm a piece of shit.
I fucked up.
Yeah. Like what am I doing?
All right, let's talk about "Ever Since."
Ever since was probably, I wrote it in like the darkest time of my life.
I was gonna say,
Yeah. That's when music had its dark side for me.
explain that to me, please.
I started drinking more, going to sleep a lot later.
I love it.
Making pretty good money, shouldn't life.
That
feel better.
fucking line, bro, is epic.
Thank
I
you.
love that line. I love that part of the fucking song. Is so fucking good, and it, like we go back to saying relatable.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because I'm talking about myself as a musician.
Yeah.
But you know that can be
That
anybody.
goes for everybody.
Anybody
Yeah.
working.
I mean, like a breakup. You're
Yeah.
talking about a breakup?
Yeah.
And what dude doesn't do that after
Yeah,
a
yeah.
breakup? You know what I mean?
You know, especially when you have like literally, life is fine, but you're not.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's like a hard part where like, fuck, like nothing sucks, but
Yeah.
I don't feel it.
because you're almost saying like, I'm getting everything I've wanted,
Yeah.
but life still fucking sucks.
World keeps spinning.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do? You can't really.
but that's what that song was.
Yeah.
for you.
And then like that song was kind of weird because that was a song that didn't have like a big conclusion. It was just like, fuck it, I'm still here.
Yeah,
Like-
and so that song never what you're saying is that song didn't really give you closure.
Yeah.
Mm.
When that led to all the other songs though.
Mm.
Yeah, that was a new written song. Bad Life, and that EP, Another Night Out, and In My Bed were like 2 years old.
And then when you walked away was
When
also
You Walked
old.
Away is brand new.
Oh, that was
That's
brand
brand new song is that one, and
new. Ever since.
Ever since I wrote, and that was like a weird song because that song is long and it was longer.
Wow.
And I remember I took it to the studio like, dude, this is like 6 fucking minutes. Fuck. Like I was like, well,
And
fuck.
it's like we haven't even put a guitar solo.
Yeah,
in
like you're like, yeah, there's no space either. So I was like, well, fuck, I guess I got to tell this story some other thing. So when You Walked
Interesting.
Away was one I did with the homie Chris. Everybody calls him Buck. So Buck hit me up. I told all the homies are musicians. They have their own bands. A lot of my friends are not even in the country scene. So the homies from Life Cycles are like, I feel like I'm an honorary Life Cycles member.
Yeah.
I love those dudes to death. I mean, the
Definitely
other
the
guitar player,
homies.
Luis, is my guitar player as
Yeah,
well.
he's bad, bro.
And then Steve, I don't know. Steve is in Life Cycles doesn't know what everybody thinks Steve's in Life Cycles too.
yeah.
I'm just friends with him.
That's
But
cool.
Buck was like, dude, I have this lick. And it's that. He had that, and I was like, ooh, that sounds like dope as fuck. This sounds like. It gave me vibes of Post Malone. And I was like, this is like. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go crazy in the song. Now I can feel it because I can feel the guitar.
Now I
I
put
can
it
feel
together.
how this song is
Yeah.
supposed to be sad, and it was. I mean, he had the first verse written, and I think that me and him wrote the chorus and all the other verses, and we had that. And then it was weird when we were in the studio because that was when it was like I hit that last note and I couldn't do it again. I was like, damn, this sounds so good, but how am I gonna sing this live?
Yeah.
So that was that one, and that one had a lot of emotion, and that
Definitely.
that one was something that I want this one to hurt.
Yeah.
When we wrote that song, I was like, this is a song that's supposed to hurt.
Yeah.
You're supposed to hit a song and like, fuck.
Yeah.
I
I think
feel
it
this.
definitely hits that point for people if you listen to it. I'm not gonna say it's a hard song to listen to, but like when I say a hard song to listen to, it's like it brings a lot of emotions out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I think in country music, they say, I've always stuck to that. It's 3 chords and the truth type shit. But sometimes the truth really fucking hurts.
It does. Yeah.
The truth sometimes is the hardest pill to swallow. And I think in country music, it's like the most known things to talk about that.
100%.
But sometimes it's like, in my mind is like, as a writer, I'm like, how is this going to be relatable?
Of course.
Who's going to hear this and like know that? And that's when the title, When
Because
You
it
Walked
can't
Away.
be. It can't be too specific.
Yeah, like that's why Ever Since is like, it's the most streamed song on there.
Yeah.
It's been
On
out
the
longer
EP.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been. Yeah. It definitely's been out a little longer.
So that one's the most streamed one. But honestly, I put it out first because it was my least favorite of it. I knew all these songs were great, but this is my least favorite of the bunch.
No shit.
Yeah. I remember, I don't like to say there's like my least favorite or anything. I remember I was talking to Gabe Garcia one time and I was telling him, I was like, man, I have these songs I wrote and I don't really like them anymore. Like the old ones on 17. There's
Yeah.
some of them I don't even play at all. And he's like, I don't know. He's like, I just believe every song I'm going to put out should be number one. So make number one songs in your mind.
Okay.
And I was like, wow. So that's how I felt with this project where whether I like these or not, they're going to be gold to me.
Yeah.
This is gold for me.
100%.
Yeah.
I think also, especially when you're doing anything artistic, you got to let the market decide. You got to put it out there, right? Like you
Oh, yeah.
probably listened to that song 1,000 fucking times, and that's why you.
The market is very hard because no matter what market you're in, everybody's always going to have this. It's not an excuse because it's still a fact, but even our market is oversaturated.
Oh my gosh. And
It's
now
very-
with social media, yeah,
it's-
like
oh, yeah.
everybody's putting out
Social
their own shit.
media,
There's
I
so
think,
many
has been
independent
my
artists.
Strong point in growing in such a small time.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think every musician nowadays, especially the ones who choose to stay independent, it's social media is the number one driver for
Oh,
that. Yeah.
Yeah, social media is doing a lot.
So, you talked about your buddy playing that whatever it was, and it reminded you of Post Malone.
Right.
All right.
Okay, yeah. That's what you're
Right. What artist, regardless of genre, would you like to collaborate with?
Somebody asked that as a question, right?
I think it was on one of the comments. Oh, so yeah. So if you go back to the comments, there was two of them were very, very similar, and so we'll use this one. The question I just asked, we'll use it off the comment. It was actually Sam, Cowboy Sam,
Rodeo Code.
Rodeo Code,
Shout out
Hatco,
Rodeo
man.
Code.
Shout out to Rodeo Code, man. They're good people.
Yeah.
So he asked, who, past or present, right? Would you like to collaborate?
Okay, I remember that. I think that I'll answer both of those real quick.
Okay.
So I think
well, one of them was have a beer with, I think.
right, yeah.
The second question,
yeah,
right?
I think
Yeah,
the same thing. So I think past, present, past. I would say Keith Whitley. I love Keith Whitley.
That's good.
Keith Whitley was very smooth with how he sang.
Yes.
I don't know what songs he wrote specifically, but
Yeah.
my dad was a big Keith Whitley fan, so
Okay.
I grew up listening to Keith Whitley all the time.
I love that.
President, I don't know, man. There's so many fucking people. I would say like, obviously the guys that I look up to, like Parker and Co,
Right.
Randy Rogers, Wade Bowen, those guys are very.
Is there
influential
anybody
looking.
outside the genre of country, Texas country music, or country music in general, that you're like, man, that shit's fucking dope?
Post
Like,
Malone.
yeah.
Post Malone.
He's a bad
Post
motherfucker,
Malone
bro.
and Anderson .Paak.
Anderson .Paak. I'm
Yeah.
not, dude. I don't know a lot about like
Anderson .Paak
out
is,
of country music.
You know that Silk Sonic, Bruno Mars and the
Oh,
other
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
That's Anderson .Paak.
The second dude.
The second dude. That's not Bruno Mars.
Oh yeah.
Anderson, I love you, bro. You're not the second dude.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man.
Like,
Like, I
fucking
just don't know a
watch.
lot about. I don't know a lot about music outside of
Yeah.
country. Like I know songs, but I don't know a lot
Yeah,
about.
they have all
music, right?
those.
But Bruno Mars is.
I would
so,
love
okay,
Bruno
so,
Mars
okay,
too.
so what's that relationship between them two? They just produce.
I'm
music
pretty sure
together?
that. Yeah, I don't know too deep on that, but the
Well,
reason
they've got like a thing in Vegas.
yeah, well, the
Oh,
Silk
you
Sonic.
went to that?
No, I wanted to go.
Oh.
Fuck no, dude. Tickets were like $1,000 for the nosebleeds.
No
each.
way.
Dude. Yeah, and if you wanted good seats, they were like a couple. No, I remember. Yeah, dude, it's fucking rowdy.
No
I
shit,
wanted to go
that
so
bad?
bad. Yeah,
Really?
I'm sure it was just a resale, but fuck, it was crazy.
Wow.
I really wanted to go. Well, the only reason I say Anderson .Paak is because he's a singing drummer. If you look him up,
You relate.
If you look up Anderson .Paak, look up his Tiny Desk performance. The NPR.
That sounds familiar.
You know Tiny Desk?
Yeah,
NPR?
yeah,
when
yeah,
they
yeah.
do the little
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
corner?
Yeah, yeah.
He has one on there. And I'm sure it has. Dude, I looked at the views. It was like crazy.
No shit.
Hundreds of million, probably.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
It's a good, dude, he's singing or he's rapping and playing drums. And that's rowdy. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing with drumming and singing is that as a singer, you sing to the melody. But now you have to make the beat and sing to the beat.
Yeah.
Singing to the beat's really hard. So it's like one,
So you relate
two,
to that, yeah.
one, yeah, it's different. It's a whole other like
That'd
equation.
be a pretty cool collaboration.
I would
right?
love, yeah.
to sit and learn from somebody like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
Harry Styles, love his style. That's crazy.
You know, dude, to be honest, like he's got a lot of hype, right? I don't get into all the pop stuff, right? But Nate was actually, I was hanging with
dude,
Nate.
he's
the
a
other day.
big. Him and Kyler are big.
Oh, they're
Harry
huge.
Styles
Yeah,
fans.
Harry Styles.
I'm sure he'd be like, no, I'd rather do it with him.
He probably would.
Yeah.
And he probably would
Yeah.
say that, right? But he was hanging out there at fucking Bear Brand HQ the other day on Monday, I think it was. And I usually just work in fucking dead silence.
Yeah, he's just fucking talking about it.
No. He asked me, he's like, hey, bro, you got a speaker or something?
Oh.
And I was like, well, just put it on the computer there. I was like, look, pull up the Spotify on there. And he was just playing Harry Styles.
Dude,
and I was like, man, that shit's good as fuck.
Yeah. You know what? Now that I thought about it when you said that, I think I would take back my Harry Styles and I would replace it for Frank Ocean.
Ooh.
I love Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean was like high school.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
timeless music
Yeah.
to me. Frank Ocean.
I love that.
I love Frank Ocean, man. Yeah, I would love to. Like,
We'll
do
let
that.
Nate keep.
Nick,
Harry.
you and Harry could do your thing. Me and Frank got something going on.
That's what's up, man. That's
Yeah.
what's up. That's
Oh, yeah.
what's up. All right, man. Well, shit. Let me see what else I can ask you, bro. Because we're at.
Fucking 6 hours.
We can at least finish this beer, right?
Oh yeah. Well,
Oh,
there
let
was
me-
another one too that I had. Remember, I told you.
Oh yeah. Let's
What
pull up.
did-
Let's pull
what
up your
did-
questions.
Oh,
I think we hit all the ones on the Instagram. I don't think we got any to come through the Facebook.
let me look at the archive real quick.
Yeah, because you had
So,
posted it as a
I posted
story.
it and then I put that little thing.
The story
to
thing,
ask
right?
the question on the story.
Right.
So somebody put one in there, They said, "Oh, it's actually Alex. Shout out to Alex, one of the good bartender friends of all of ours. She's the one from Doc Brown's. Remember?
Yes.
You do.
Sure.
She's a good friend. You see, you'd be like, oh, her.
Oh, Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So she said, I want to know more about your transitioning to leading man from being a drummer. So I feel like I kind of
we talked about that a little bit.
a little bit, yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's a weird thing because I never quit it.
Right.
I never not. But the thing is that I was really influenced by Anderson .Paak. That's why I was another influence was that.
Yeah.
Was that
the fact that he could do both.
you don't see, like, you can't you ask somebody our age between fucking 18 and
Let me ask you this.
35,
Yeah.
who's a singing drummer?
Right. Let me ask you this. Did you take any voice lessons? Like what
Oh, fuck no.
what I hate fucking saying what
What?
whenever you said I'm gonna fucking start singing,
Right.
like how do you practice? Like what do you do to get your voice good or better? Because I'm sure a lot of people when they start singing, like have you ever seen the video of
Ed
what's
Sheeran?
the yes where he plays his
Dude,
little
I have the same thing. I have
Yes.
those videos.
yes.
I'm singing like this and that, like
Tell me
fake
what you
accent fucking thing. It was first lose the fucking accent. I never had. Well, everybody has a natural
Right.
Texas
do.
accent
Right.
that they don't
If
realize.
you're in South Texas, you
Yeah.
have it. Yeah.
So I literally would do. It's called. Every musician will know. It's called Jacob's Academy.
Do it
on
right
YouTube,
now.
right?
Oh, I thought it was like a technique.
Oh, it is a technique.
Is
It's that they do it, and it's like the vocal lessons.
Okay.
So it's like a 5-minute warm up, a 15-minute warm up,
Okay.
30-minute warm up, an hour warm up.
Gosh.
They'll have all those. So I usually would always do the 5-minute one. I used to be
Lazy.
The last real job I had was I was a delivery driver for the home health care
Right.
supplies. So I would just be driving all day. So I would like, dude, I'm gonna sing songs all day. I'm gonna learn how to sing these
That's
songs.
pretty good,
right?
man. Good for you.
But I would do these Jacobs Academy to warm up my voice in the morning.
Let's hear it. Let
Like all that. And if you can
Dude, you know
master
what's-
that,
yeah.
you can learn how to navigate your voice.
man, you know what? I was
As dumb as it sounds.
no,
'Cause it's
no,
like,
I love it.
it.
No, I love it. I was
Yeah.
when right before we interviewed Ranch Road, Ryan,
Oh, yeah?
who has an incredible fucking voice,
Yeah,
right?
Ryan.
We were sitting there, we did the interview.
Southeast. Yeah, another South. The
He's
only other
another
Southeast
yeah.
motherfucker. Yeah.
Oh, that hey, he posted a question, Ranch or Road.
Neither.
Anyway,
The dressing.
the dressing. We had got done doing the interview and he was about to sing and he started doing that shit.
Yeah?
And he started doing this like I was like, what the fuck are you doing, dog? And he said
right,
something
bro.
about like coating his vocal cords in mucus or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's like heavily like about like the mucus and shit. Because sometimes, dude, my best days like today, I kind of woke up a little hungover, had an early show. My voice was like A1.
No shit.
Just because I was all like not lazily, but I had like all this
little bit of
congestion.
congestion, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. And he was saying too, like you can't drink like cold water. It has to be like room temperature water.
The thing, see, I've heard there's a million things, dude. There's a lot of weird
they
things
all
because some
myths?
people are like, they say drink hot and cold. It like fluctuates your vocal, some
Something
shit like that.
happens.
There's always something. Me, I would do those vocals, and then honestly, more or less, it's like,
So you would drive around doing your delivery singing is where you practiced.
yeah.
I love that.
And I would just sing like that, and
love
I would
that.
do those fucking vocals. Like I can't really do them too much anymore.
No, you don't do them anymore. You don't do your warm ups anymore.
Sometimes if I'm having a bad, I know I'll have this. Like, only my girlfriend knows that this one thing I do that I'll know if I'll be able to sing today, and if I can hit a high note, and if I can go ooh. Sometimes I wake up ooh, like it'll sound ugly, but if I can go ooh, I'm fine to sing.
And you do it as soon as you wake up,
As soon as I wake up.
bro. I'd be so pissed. If
No,
I was-
I'm not like like through the house. Fuck no.
I'm like, shut
but
the
but
fuck
she'll catch me like I'm ironing my clothes and I'm like, ooh, or I'm like, and we both look at each other like, oh shit, like my voice isn't there.
So
today.
does the warm up fix that?
Yes.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
There's a lot of like small things that like there's teas. Teas help.
What is that?
Tea, like drinking tea.
Oh, T.
Yeah.
I thought it was like saying
The letter T.
Yeah. No, really, that's
Nah, fuck
how
no.
I took it. It was like T.
It would,
T, saying T.
Actual drinking teas. You know which one's the really good one that not a lot of people know? Putting singers on game. Lay's potato chips.
Fuck.
They're very salty and oily.
It has to be the original though.
Yeah.
Can't get the
yellow
sour cream.
ones. The yellow ones. I haven't tried it yet. I would now want
I
to
feel
try
like
that.
they're all greasy, right?
Pretty much. I mean, look at your hands are gonna be all
Might as
shiny.
well get a better flavor.
Yeah, I like that flavor.
Sour cream?
No, like the
The OG
regular
one?
Lay's, yeah,
Yeah, it's good. If you got a good bologna sandwich to go with it.
I guess.
You
Yeah.
eat bologna sandwiches?
I haven't, but dude, I've been on my sandwich shit a lot lately.
What do you mean?
Like I'm like doing gourmet sandwiches at home. Like I'm like dicing up ham, chicken, turkey,
You
like
eat ham?
deli meats, and then
What's your
then I'm
go-to?
grilling it, and then I'm adding like fucking onions and
No.
I add
Gourmet sandwiches.
Dude, I wanted to make a video. I was like, cause that sandwich is so fucking good to me. Honestly, dude, I'm gonna have to have you come by and have one of these.
I'm down, bro. I love food.
Dude. I do it, and then I put like quesadilla cheese on it.
Oh, stop.
Like
I'm a
grill it.
quesadilla man. If I have tortillas and cheese at the house,
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck what else we have in the fridge or the
Yeah.
pantry. I mean quesadillas.
yeah. So me and my girl, we've been eating this sandwich for like a week. And it's like every
Is she
time.
tired of it?
No, she's like, can you
She's
make it?
loving it, yeah?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I guess I want it too. And I just get like, I'll get
What's
like
the meat? What's the meat in
So
there?
I get like 2 slices of ham, the square kind,
Okay.
the triangle, the rectangle kind, whatever. And then I have like the Oscar Mayer's, the rotisserie that's already kind of cut up. Put that on the top, and then I get some turkey, like regular like
Yeah. Sliced turkey. Yeah.
Do it, and I'll chop it all together, and then I'll just grill it.
Oh, I'm not a big ham guy.
Me neither, but when I grilled it, it was really good.
You know why? I think it's because the ham's fattier, and that fat gives a lot of flavor, especially when you warm it up. I'm assuming here.
Yeah. But
I'm
no,
not a big
I mean,
ham
yeah,
guy.
when I grill it, because I don't like ham by itself. That's why I eat turkey or chicken.
I can eat turkey by itself, like turkey slices. I gotta try this fucking sandwich, bro.
Dude, if I had it all, I'd say let's go right now. But I don't.
Right.
I made my last sandwich last
Oh,
night.
the
I didn't
if
go
I
to,
had all
I
the
didn't go to fucking
ingredients.
HEB today.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So I asked this question, man. We're just gonna keep fucking chatting. I asked this question to just about everybody, right? Do you make this sandwich at 2 a.m. or you go to Whataburger?
I'm not a water. Well, I like Whataburger, but I've like. Right. I kind of like. I love. The thing is that I love water and I always will, but I'll burn myself out on it.
Oh, I get that.
It's like it's only like. That's like the only thing to eat at night.
Yeah.
Around here.
Or Mama Margie's.
Yeah, and I'm by both of those. So
Yeah.
those two.
You hit them up too much.
Yes.
Yeah. What's the
Yes.
go-to whenever you're not burned out on Whataburger? What's the go-to there?
At Whataburger?
Yeah. What do you order?
I usually we either get the sweet and spicy, but I've gotten the sweet and spicy with the toast.
The Texas toast. Yeah.
And it's kind of like the patty melt,
Yeah.
but like
yeah.
a little
Well,
bit
it's got a little
different.
bit different. Yeah.
Yeah.
No flavor to it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Something like that, you know.
Sweet
Nothing
and
too
spicy is a
crazy.
good burger.
Nothing
It's a
too
good
crazy.
burger.
Another
Yeah.
good burger.
I like that. Okay. And Mama Margie's. What's the go-to at Mama Margie's?
Dude, I love the chicken fajita from Mama Margie's.
Yeah, the
I'll
chicken
get like
fajita?
3 chicken fajita tacos and then like 1 bean and cheese with bacon.
I think Nate said the same thing.
But I remember he said like he puts like the onions and everything in.
No, that's what I asked him. I said,
Oh.
does it come with the onions and peppers?
I love. You know what? Now that I actually think about it, my actual order, it's 3 fucking tacos.
bean and cheese, right?
Too much
'Cause you're a hood
tacos
rat.
at night. Yeah. So it's a bean and cheese with bacon because I'm from the southeast.
Oh, bro.
Bean and cheese with bacon.
Hey, my girlfriend went to Lanier, bro, and that's how she orders her bean and cheese, bro. And
Just bacon.
let me get a tortilla with butter and bacon.
Yep. So it's bean and cheese with bacon. Their barbacoa is really good.
Yeah, the
And I get-
barbacoa is good.
And I get the chicken fajita. But my favorite thing to have on it is that salsa they have from Mama Margie's. This is my favorite.
The green one?
The hot one. The one that's like when you dine in, they have it on the side in the crock pot.
Bro.
That's like the best fucking hot sauce, dude.
The only reason to walk into Mama Margie's is for that fucking salsa in the crock pot.
I gotta make sure. Like I won't eat if I don't have that salsa.
Really? Mm-hmm. Can you, when you're in the drive-thru, can you get it?
Yeah, just to kind of get the house salsa with chips.
And you force
They'll be like-
somebody to walk out there and get it? Or they have some in the back?
They have
probably,
some in the back. Dude, come on, it's Mama Margie's, dude.
I've never thought about asking for it in the drive-thru.
Just say the house salsa because I've said it. Can I get salsa? And they'll just give me like
The little red
the
water
regular
one?
red watery one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, ask for the hot. Like I'll say the house salsa that's hot.
The warm one.
Yeah, the warm one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say that. Mama's
Right, we're going in a little bit.
Mama's is the one. Yeah.
Okay,
For sure. But
all right.
sometimes like if I'm in the area, I like Taco Palenque.
Really?
Their
I've
fideo's
only-
pretty good.
I've only been there like twice in my entire life.
I think
All I
would
remember
go,
is that's like ultra greasy. Right?
I mean, what else do you want when you're buzzed?
I guess you eat right.
Or honestly, I would say like the midnight snack. There's a shitload of food trucks where I live.
Oh, for real?
Well, I'm not that far off of military,
Yeah, that's true.
and there's like
And they're
one every
open that
mile.
late?
Oh yeah, dude. They'll
Damn.
stay open until like 3.
I gotta move back to the south side then.
Yeah, the south side keeps. There's like 4 within like 2-mile radius from us. Like,
Damn.
yeah. So
Open
like,
late.
Yeah, open late. Like we'll show up. Like we'll be the only ones there. Like at 3, me and Steve 3 a.m.
Steve.
just fucking waiting for
Hey,
tacos.
so Steve cooks though, right?
No.
No?
No, I mean, yeah, he cooks, but we haven't cooked at the house in a while.
Oh, I was gonna say because I remember like you guys used to post stories and shit. About,
Oh
like,
yeah, at his apartment.
Like
before,
random- yeah, the part-
before
at
we
the
moved in,
apartment, yeah.
Steve like was super cool. I was good. No, I love Steve, dude. That's like my brother, bro. That's my fucking brother. No, we used to do that a lot, but dude, like he's in 3 bands.
he's busy as fuck.
He's
traveling
singing
a lot.
every day. Yeah, he's on tour every weekend. So shout out to the Drop Times on Time. So
Yeah.
he stays busy. So we're eat out kind of guys. Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
or I'll make whatever. We usually like
Some weenie and egg.
Yeah, dude, my girl makes the best weenie and egg, or I got the fideo.
You? Oh yeah.
Steve goes crazy on the spaghetti. He'll make
No
like some
shit.
for the whole street type shit. Like,
Damn.
I don't know where he gets his big ass pot that he makes so much, but yeah. So Steve got the one that put the manula in.
The fucking big motherfucker. Where'd you get that, Steve?
Yeah, dude.
I love it.
So
I love
yeah,
it.
man. Fucking Steve. Shout out to Steve one time.
I love it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, y'all go
Steve's-
check out Steve's new bar at the Rock Box, the Speakeasy.
the speak.
It's a speakeasy bar.
What's it called? Nobody knows because it's a speakeasy.
It's a speakeasy. I don't know. You know.
Find it. Go find it.
It's at the Rock Box, so so go to the Rock Box.
And
It's
then
at,
you- yeah.
it's at the Rock Box in San
There you
Antonio.
go.
So y'all go check out the new
Go
bar.
check that out. Go
Yeah.
check that out. Steve, man, he's probably one of the nicest people I've ever met in my entire
Very
life.
genuine guy, man.
Very genuine.
Very genuine guy.
And what's crazy is because when you see him, you see the dreads, right? You see the attire, and you're like, that guy looks like he could be an
Dude.
asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
He
then you
is.
talk to
I'm
him.
just kidding.
You talk to him, and he's freaking incredibly
Yeah,
nice.
man. He's a
It's
very well spoken,
crazy.
very well mannered person.
Exactly. That's very
like
very
you can
well-
tell
very
that
well put.
like
He was
handshake,
raised
eye
right.
connect. You know.
He was raised right.
Well, yeah. I mean, his mom owns like one of the best fucking venues,
One of the venues
in
in
San
San
Antonio. His dad's a cop.
Yeah.
His dad, dude. Have you ever met his dad?
Oh, he's awesome
He's
too.
an amazing guy too. Yeah, his family.
I don't know him very
Come
well,
from
but
a great family.
as good as I
man.
know Steve. But from the little bit of interaction I did have with his dad, I can see where Steve gets his manners and his character.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
I
stuff.
think I can
man.
say the same thing for my dad. Some people are like, dude,
Oh, he's
you and
incredible,
your
dude.
dad crack the stupidest fucking jokes
Yeah.
all the time.
Bro, Santos is a goofy motherfucker.
Yes,
bro.
he is.
I love Santos, bro.
My dad is, dude. If there's anything that I can get my personality from, it's from that dude.
Hey, and he's a sharp fucking dresser, dude.
Best dresser in San Antonio, man.
Dude, every time if I see him and he ain't got a fucking button
If I see him
down
and he's
on-
not starched up, I don't recognize
That's
him.
what I'm saying, bro. One time I saw him at R&J's and I think that fucking AC was broken or something.
Oh, he'd have his hat on?
No, he didn't have a fucking
Oh.
button down either.
Oh, bro.
He was wearing a T-shirt that said Santos. You're not going on stage like that, bro. He's like, why?
Dude, he's
It's
getting
hot.
too comfy with Jerry, bro. He's like, nah, I
Exactly,
can
yeah.
dress down now.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
no.
exactly.
Put cowboy hat on.
I could wear tennis shoes on stage.
Yeah, dude. No, he's always been like that.
Yeah.
He's even when I started, he's like, okay, we're gonna go buy it. You need to get a button up.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
you gotta look good.
yeah. And that's like his thing, you know. Is it? I have mine in a different way. I don't
Yeah.
like the starchy stuff as much sometimes, but definitely I think the best dressed
Oh,
guy
yeah.
in the scene.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
Oh,
One
for
of
sure.
you, for
Yeah.
sure.
I love seeing it.
Yeah.
I love getting there early when they're doing sound check and he's not dressed up.
Yeah. Bald head just tuning the drums. Who is that up on Santos's
Who
drums?
the fuck is that?
He would tell me, he's like, dude, some people don't know I'm bald. I'm like,
Yeah.
for real. He's like, I don't know. I guess because I always have a hat.
I
was
think
like,
my girlfriend Janie had seen him at like Olive Garden or something like 2-3 months back. She's like,
Yeah.
I swear it was Santos, but I
was
don't
bald.
know. Yeah. He
was
didn't have a
bald. I
hat on. I
don't know.
couldn't really tell. Man, that's funny as hell.
that's funny.
All right, let's get back into music a little bit.
Okay.
Do you have any bucket list venues?
There's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever not bucket list places because, of course,
Texas. Let's focus on Texas bucket list venues.
overall, like the one where I'm like, I could retire after that.
Mm.
It's such a far reach. But I'll tell you this real quick story that happened that made me believe it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just sitting in bed at home like 2 weeks ago, and like 5 people sent me this video, and it's just of the road. I couldn't hear it, but it was just the rodeo stage getting set up,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a drinking problem with me and Cachas.
No shit.
I was like, whoa, like I've always dreamed of that, and I'm
Yeah.
not even there to hear it.
Yeah.
But like, that's a crazy thought.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's the San Antonio Rodeo.
Really?
I've been going to San Antonio Rodeo since I was like a fucking kid. I bet
But
you'll
like
never
to be like in like
to be that, like the actual spinning fucking stage.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I'll shoot high.
I
I'll
love
shoot
that.
high.
No, I mean I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I bet you never guess who the first person I saw though was at the San Antonio Rodeo. And I've been going
How
since
old
I was
were
a
you?
kid. 12. No, 13.
13, first person you ever saw. 13 years old.
I don't think you'll guess it.
Give me a hint.
Boy band.
Backstreet?
The Jonas Brothers.
Get the fuck out.
And I was going fucking crazy. I knew
bet
all
you
the
were.
songs, dude.
With your fucking hair.
In my hair. I'm burning up, burning up. Yeah. I was that dude, me and my sister.
Hey, fuck it.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Hey, if that was the music of the time for you.
If I ever make it to the fucking rodeo, I have to sing fucking Burning Up.
Oh,
By the fucking Jonas
how
Brothers.
fucking cool would that be, dude? That'd
That'd
be a
be so
badass
cool.
story to tell, though, right?
was
Wouldn't
the
that be
first
such a
one,
cool
yeah.
story to tell on stage?
Yeah. It would be there, but also it's definitely places like John C. Floors, Cowboys. I've never played those venues.
Really? Cowboys is
Green
on your
Hall.
list,
Green Hall
Yeah.
is another historic place. Cheatham Street was at for a while.
Yeah.
I think a cool thing that Cheatham Street was, besides Fiesta, was the first place. I remember Nate played there, and I was playing drums for him the first time he played there.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I would love to come back to this place
And
when I have
headline
a
it.
band
Yeah.
set up. But I didn't. I was just doing acoustic. But it was crazy because I'm like, I started playing, and I was like, man, this is crazy. I finally got here.
That, like, you're actually on
But
stage.
it was like, I knew my place because I was like, I deserve to be here, and I know my music's gonna do it because I remember Nate used to take me to songwriter nights there, and
like Wednesdays, right? They do
Wednesday
Wednesdays,
nights, and it was just very like nice and calm. You don't talk while the people are talking about their songs and shit. And I remember I was like, dude, I can't do Nueces County here. Everybody's songs are so soft
Yeah.
and like not very. I was like, dude, there's gonna be like a tornado in here, and I don't,
Okay.
and I don't even know if they're gonna like it. What if they're like, what the fuck? Get the fuck
Who
off the stage.
brought this
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
So I sang like 17 and like another song, but when I
Yeah.
came back, dude, everybody was singing Nueces County in there.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, damn, that's so cool that in the place I've always wanted to be at, people know this song.
Yeah.
And like, I don't even have no family or like close friends here.
Right.
It's just genuine fans, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
So yeah, it's those spots. I mean, it's all the country spots.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, I think I'll get there. I don't know when, but
for sure.
it's
Oh, for
those-
sure. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah. It's
only a matter
those
of time.
things that it's just like the music business side is crazy. And what I was gonna say on that advice that you were saying earlier, music advice, music business advice, it's not about how good you are or how you look, not what you know, but who you know.
It's always that, brother. It's always that. There's this real estate guru, Grant Cardone, and he did this show called Undercover Billionaire or whatever. And they have to build $1 million business in 90 days. And he started a marketing agency.
Wow.
And it got valued at like 5.5 million after 90 days or something like that. Fucking ridiculous, right?
That's crazy.
But his thing was best known always beats best.
True.
And so there's a bunch of fucking musicians out there who are fucking incredible. But if they're not marketing themselves,
It's all about marketing, man. It
is.
doesn't suck because it gets people to know, like, I like that guy. His songs kind of suck, but he's a super cool guy, and I'm gonna support him regardless.
And like, I don't
You know?
even think it's that. Like, I think if your songs like legitimately sucked,
Yeah. No.
Then
But
you're not gonna get any support.
No, yeah, but it all goes hand in hand.
right?
Like it's all one big product.
I think a lot of times too is like, especially with you specifically, like I've always said, you're an incredibly hard worker, and like I respect the fuck out of that. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people, when you say like, oh, his songs suck, I don't even think it's that. I think your music is definitely good. And
No,
they're
it's
great
the
enough.
most. I only say like, oh, it sucks because it's the most realistic person who's not a musician that's gonna be. Oh, what is this guy? He's a singer, whatever. Kind of cool, whatever. That's still gonna be their first impression for a while. And they're like, what did he say? He said
Yeah.
she's doing cocaine in this song, whatever.
Right.
But then it's like, oh, it's catchy or this or that. It's a lot of those first impression things that are kind of different in the music business side of you. One thing that's hard is like you can't when in the scene of being. I'm trying so hard to still stay very independent. I do have like a team now that is who I work with.
Yeah.
It's very small, but I still handle like a lot of the heavy lifting for it.
Yeah.
And I want to.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining about it like I don't want to.
But I think you can still have a team and be independent.
Oh
though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's also like a lot of these things of how are you going to really like what are you going to do different? Are you going to
As an artist,
yes. Are you going to be the same guy that's in a cowboy hat and fucking cowboy boots? Oh, I've seen that shit every night.
singing the same fucking melody.
Seen that shit every night.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I mean, I'm sure you've seen Walk the Line,
Yeah.
where Johnny Cash is in the studio And he's like, we've all heard that Jimmy Davis tune, just
Yeah.
like how you sang it,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, are you gonna sing something different,
Yeah.
something that truly saves people?
And it's
right?
like, what are you going to do that's going to be different if you're going to do that? That's one thing I could do, because it's just like, oh, I can write a sad song. Well, can you write a sad song that people will be like, that's a different song?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one, or that's bringing back this kind of style, or this does that, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like I think a lot about a lot of things, and I think the number one thing that I'm always at is, how do I market this?
Do you find it difficult to differentiate yourself from how saturated the market is with these people, right? Like how you say, you got to make it different. You got to stand out just
Yeah.
enough. How difficult is that whenever you're creating music and you're marketing yourself and you're creating these flyers and you're putting out these posts and you're being Vinny Tovar, right? How hard is it to think or to say, yeah, this is good enough? Or
It goes back.
is this unique enough?
It goes back to the ego, and not literally dropping the ego of like, I gotta be this guy, I gotta look like this, I gotta be like him because he's what's popping right now. No, it's simple. It's be your fucking self. If people don't like you when you're yourself, they're never gonna like you. Like you
And
gotta
if you're-
be yourself.
And
Like,
if you're yourself and you're boring,
yeah, you know what? But see, this is the thing though. How are you gonna be different? That's true.
you know what I'm
But
saying? Like
that's
like what if being yourself is like everybody else, and it just so fucking happens that you are boring?
well, then I guess music's not for you, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say on top of that. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a lot of things. I mean,
That just ran through my mind.
you know what I mean?
Like nothing,
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. Because it's my biggest thing. You asked me that, and then what I say is, I just do what I want, and I'm not. Hey, I'm a little fucking asshole to these people and do what I
No,
want.
and I've
But
never heard anybody say that.
No, yeah, but it's one of those things like, I don't know, man. I remember one time we had a show, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go the way I dress at the gym to the show, just to fucking see how it goes.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna. It's not tirado.
Right.
I'm gonna dress it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Put my chains on.
Yeah.
Put the nicer shoes on.
Yeah. Yeah. You played
All
the show.
anybody was talking about the whole fucking show.
Yeah. Or
But it
even
was like, dude, I like it. He's wearing fucking like.
were,
I was wearing like short shorts, like.
I think you wore overalls the one show at 151.
Yeah, the overalls.
Bro, and that's what everybody was talking about
Yeah,
too.
the
right?
fucking overalls. I
Yeah.
don't know. And to me, I'm like, that's like the most countryest thing I've ever worn. Are fucking overalls. And they're like, did you see that? Dude? But see, like,
Yeah.
that thing is like, well, dude, I don't know. Who
So
wears
was that-
overalls? What guy wears
okay,
overalls?
So was that strategic?
I wanted to do it for that reason.
Okay, good.
I wanted to wear it because it was different.
Yeah.
And I like dressing different. I like
Good.
dressing my own way.
Yeah.
I like,
So you are actively thinking of how to be different,
of course.
but
you have
also
to.
you're still being yourself.
It's
I'm not
back
saying
to
you're
being
not.
very self-aware. How can you be different? I don't think that I need to be going starching my jeans.
Right. You're not trying
know
to
what I
be
mean?
somebody you're not.
Yeah.
You're just fully accepting who you are and
I
saying,
can-
I'm gonna do what the fuck I want.
I can do that. I
Yeah.
can do that. Not I sometimes. Hey, every other gig I do, I show up and I look like every other whatever.
Yeah.
That dude does that, and no disrespect to it because
Right.
you look classy as fuck and you're spit
Right,
shine,
when you start, yeah,
know?
yeah,
you look great.
You look super clean.
But are they gonna not? You know, those people that go to that place sometimes they've seen that shit a bunch of times. They've
Yeah.
seen guys that wear button ups, that. But like, what are they gonna do different? I mean, I think the one thing that I really try to do is, like my social media. I like to try to have it be different things. And some, you know, I used to be like, no, that's not gonna work. I'm not gonna do it. But it's like, why not? Like, what's the worst thing that's gonna happen?
Right.
Really, like, what's
Yeah.
the worst thing that happened of me posting a old shitty fucking cover? I deleted in a month to post a better one, and then maybe that one works because people are
Right.
already aware of it.
Right.
And dude, that happened with the same thing with different covers, different songs. Nueces County. I'm like, dude, no, I'm not. I don't want to post it. Like, I don't want people to make fun of this song. I don't want people to. Oh, you sound like this guy, or you did this or that. But when I came down to it, I'm like, fuck no, this is my fucking story. I
Right.
can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna do it. And yeah, they may say that, but they didn't write the song.
Right.
It's not their song to judge. It's my song. If you don't like it, go skip.
Listen to somebody
it's
else.
that easy.
Yeah.
I don't really give a fuck about your opinion. If you want to say it sucks, if you want to say like when people like have sometimes their weird opinions, like the social media is also a scary place.
Because you get judged by people. who
You
don't
get judged by
fucking know
people
you.
you'll never ever see in your
Yeah.
lifetime.
Yeah.
And sometimes that shit'll hurt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for no fucking reason.
I'll be on live on
Yeah.
TikTok while I'm playing at pros.
Yeah.
Bro, just stop, please.
Damn, just random motherfuckers.
Like, it's just, you know, and it's like one of those things, man. It's
Exit
like
out live.
throw my phone.
Oh man.
Yeah,
All right, we're gonna.
It's that.
So we were gonna record some music tonight, but we were gonna record it outside.
Yeah, it's raining.
It's raining, so we're gonna reschedule the recording. Luckily,
Yeah.
we both live in the same city. So, last question before we wrap it up.
Let's do it.
Here a hot minute.
Did we get all the questions people asked?
We
Feel
did.
bad. Okay, cool.
As far as I know, we
Right.
hit them all. Anything you want to say to your current fans and people who are finding you on this podcast for the first time?
Well, right now, I really have to say thank you to all my fans right now. Right now, San Antonio, there's an awards thing, and I think I got nominated in every country category.
That's awesome.
So right now we got Best Live Country Performance, Best Country Band, Best Acoustic Country, Best New Original Country Single, Best Original Country Album, Best Country Male Vocalist, and Country Music Achievement.
Fuck yeah.
So that one, I didn't even understand what that one was, but that one was basically for promoters, basically. And it's like, how have you helped the country community? And I can't believe I got nominated for it.
Nice.
So that one, and then, Best Live Country again. That one, I didn't think I was going to get that one. That one, I didn't really understand it, but then they said it in that video, and it's like, how have you helped the community of country music?
That's
and
awesome.
I can't believe I got nominated for it because I just want to create a safe space.
Yeah.
I want to be happy where I'm at, and that's what I do with my music.
Awesome.
But with my fans, I just want to say thank you for believing in me. I'll never really grasp like this is my life. Like I get to live in my own house with my best friend. I have an amazing girlfriend. My dad's a fucking rock star. My mom takes care of me all the time. My family loves it. I'm surrounded by the best people. I don't think that there's things that I don't ever count every day to say that I'm thankful for. So I'm always thankful, number one, for these. It's weird because I don't even like calling them fans. I feel like that feels weird. Calling like, what's up, shout out to all the fans. Like it's weird. Like, because sometimes some of the fans have grown into some like great people.
Yeah. Really close friends.
I'm just thankful. I mean, don't take the music that serious. It's just a lot of bullshit. You want to feel sad, you want to feel happy. I try to dedicate those out there. There's a lot of new stuff coming out with country music. We're doing we have a collab coming out soon. I don't know if I can say. I think I can say. It's with our homie Leonel Jaimes at Adele Records.
Okay.
So I met him through the homies from Caches de Oro.
Nice.
And we have a little collab coming out.
Nice.
We got Nueces County Live video coming out March 17th. So I think around that time this should
Be
be
right
out.
around the same time we release this podcast.
So y'all go check that one out.
And so what do you want to say to people who are just finding you?
Nice to meet you, man. I don't know. Hopefully that you like what you see. Hopefully you can come out to a show and jam out. Go listen to all the other homies. San Antonio has a lot to offer. So check out all our favorite venues. Check out 151. Check out Thirsty Wars. Check out Doc Brown's. Shout out to Doc Brown's. I was supposed to play today, and I double booked myself.
Oh.
And sorry to Mike.
Here we
But
are.
y'all go out to Doc Brown's on Wednesdays. Go check it out. Shout out to all the Doc Brown people.
Yeah.
Sorry that I
Stole
didn't
them.
make it out
I stole them.
tonight.
I stole them for the night, guys. I'm sorry.
But yeah, San Antonio has so much to offer, more than just like a lot of the mainstream. Go to Stetson Dance Hall too,
Yep.
Stetson Bar. Check out all the homies, man. There's a lot to offer in this city, and it's not. If I'm what you're seeing as the face of San Antonio, thank you so much. That's an honor. I never thought I'd ever have something like that.
Awesome.
But yeah, go check everybody out. Check me out. Check out Bear Brand. Go buy something good. Use
Thank you.
code Billy Tovar for 25% off. If you
Hey,
use Billy Tovar.
25. Wait a fucking minute.
They're not gonna remember.
Yeah.
They didn't even know how I spelled it. How do I spell it? IE or Y?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They're gonna try every fucking combination. It just doesn't.
You're gonna be
exist.
like, which one doesn't work? But y'all go check out Bear Brand. Y'all come by a show soon. Go check out the music.
Check
Follow
it out.
on Spotify, Apple Music. Tell your friends about it. And
I love it.
peace, love, and happiness, man.
I love it.
Hell
I
yeah.
love it. I appreciate y'all watching. This is the 210 Show, episode 8 with Mr. Vinny Tovar. Big shout out to Alamo Beer Company for having us today. Gracious host
Yes.
here with Mr. Davey Crockett. If you haven't been to Alamo Beer Company, come check it out. Incredible beer, right? Local brewery. Incredible spot to come hang out. Shout out to Bear Brand for making all this possible. And we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace.